and Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
It's a fun, dopey radio show. Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on any W.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me. I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's do just that, yeah.
Let's.
Crippled cruise ship.
Yeah, that's. I
We'll
guess
talk
they're
about that in a little bit, huh?
still towing them back in.
Well, I guess that's an easy one. They lost all power.
Yeah, the Carnival Cruise. I guess they had some kind of fire in the engine room. And whoops-a-daisy, all the power went out. That engine runs not just the ship, all the generators and all that fun stuff. So
So what
they
happened to
didn't
the
have
food?
electricity. They didn't have... Well, they had no way to prepare because they didn't have electricity. And then they didn't have hot water. So they can't wash things. And so there was big problems there. But thank God the USS Ronald Reagan, the aircraft carrier, was there to airlift in some gourmet food.
Oh, yeah? What did they
Yes. Spam and Pop-Tarts. That's...
get? They could airlift in anything, and they
What a
decided on
cruise.
Spam and Pop-Tarts.
They went with what was called the E-Rock menu of Spam and Pop-Tarts.
You think E-Rock's bummed he wasn't on that particular cruise ship?
Because E-Rock goes on a lot of cruises. He likes cruises.
He's the man. What is he, a gold member or a platinum?
Who
platinum,
knows?
gold, fucking...
Oh, it's
whatever,
just
remember?
amazing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he probably is upset he missed the Spam and Pop-Tart cruise.
That's too bad.
And they're towing the ship into San Diego.
When are they going to get to San Diego?
I don't know, but they've opened the bars up for complimentary drinks, which is great. Now have a bunch of drunk, angry people.
Eating Spam and
Yes,
Pop-Tarts.
eating Spam and Pop-Tarts. But you know what those hallways must smell like?
Oh, my God.
Spam and Pop-Tart farts.
Why Spam?
All over I guess that's the easiest thing for...
to airlift in?
Besides, I guess they didn't want to send MREs into the...
Obviously.
drop it on the deck. Here you go. Here's some freeze-dried ice cream.
Sure. Obviously, they don't want them eating too much.
Yeah.
You know, force them to maybe nibble at the Spam a little bit before they get to San Diego.
No.
And what are they giving these people? A free cruise?
I guess they just give them a free cruise, but it's like, well, I was on a cruise.
And it went horribly bad.
Yeah.
I'm never doing a cruise ship again.
Yeah, I paid for it,
Yeah.
and it's all fucked up. So now I just get another cruise? I don't get my money, but do they get their money back and a free cruise, or do they just get another cruise?
Oh, they're getting their money back, thumbs up, and for their hassle, they're giving them another free cruise.
Free cruise. All right.
To make up for it.
There they are. Just eating Pop-Tarts to this, trying to be all festive still. Yeah, come on, everybody. You know, the ship people are probably still like, yeah, come on. Did you enjoy your Pop-Tarts and Spam, everyone? Yeah. Look, the blenders aren't working, so we don't have nice banana daiquiris and stuff, but I guess we could pop open some bottles of Bud Light.
It's bothersome that you lose electricity for, I don't know, a day and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, especially
They don't have that shit figured out. All the food goes bad after the electricity goes out for just a short period of time.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't keep it on ice, and they couldn't cook it. So yeah, it probably went bad, and they can't wash the dishes and sanitation. But the sanitary conditions on cruise ships are very important because the spread of disease is very rapid on those ships. Especially if you have Spam and Pop-Tart shits.
No working toilets? Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, all that shit works on electric pumps and everything, so they had
nothing.
No running water. They finally got cold running water. They didn't have hot running water, so you got a bunch of stinky people.
And how long
around.
have they been in these conditions?
A couple of days. They're slowly towing them back. They were out in the Pacific.
That was somebody's vacation.
Yeah.
They planned probably more than a year.
I heard on local news that there are some elderly people from Yonkers that were on that ship.
Just throw them overboard.
So they're probably, just...
Sharks are hungry, too.
They probably were just complaining. I don't know. And no telephone service, which is a big thing on the cruise. Costs a lot of money when you're out at sea, but you can just pick your phone up in your room and dial out, call home and stuff like that. So they had no communication with home. I, of course, when I go on a cruise, take my satellite phone. Well, I'm not going to be incommunicado because of somebody else's problems, my friend.
You'll always have a way of communicating.
Paranoid Anthony will always be able to communicate.
Yeah, well, that's one of the big stories today. Whatever. It happens.
Yeah, what are you and that's your, Carnival. Please, come on.
Carnival's
If you've been on cruises, you kind of know Carnival is the lower tier of cruise lines.
Is that true, E-Rock? You're the expert.
Yeah, that's for people in college that don't have a lot of money and it's pretty much a booze cruise.
Yeah, it's like it's a cruise ship, but it might as well be one of those ferries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they just pack in as many people as they can, get them out there, and, your basic, the food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Royal Caribbean is the shit. Even Norwegian Cruise Lines is really good.
Their new ship is awesome, the Epic.
The Royal Caribbean?
No, the Norwegian.
Oh, Norwegian, yeah.
What is the Epic all about?
It's, I think, if it's not the biggest, it's the second biggest ship in the world. They did a huge concert for 4th of July. NBC had it docked right here off the side of Manhattan.
Oh, I saw it from my window. This thing...
You can do a concert in the back of the ship with a huge HD screen.
It looks like a skyscraper on its side. This thing is so fucking big.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Good, yeah. Well, I'll be going on that in April.
Oh, you're doing the Epic?
Yes.
You want to do that presidential suite.
I couldn't get the presidential suite, but I got the next one down. There's only like 4 of them on the ship.
If I remember correctly, the
that
presidential suite, the TV comes out of the bed.
Well, isn't that nice? With jizz all over it.
Yeah, that Epic ship is massive.
Yeah.
What do they have on it? What are the stats?
It's everything. They just have everything on
You
it.
shoved the mall in the middle of it.
It's got that disco blacklight bowling alley in there. It's got Central Park through the center of the ship.
Yeah, it's like a whole...
what do you mean Central Park?
There's usually an atrium in the middle of the ship, It's kind of thin. Not thin, but they've figured out a way to just wide open the middle. They actually have rooms now that overlook the middle of the ship and not even the outside of the ship.
Because that's a cool view, too,
Because that's
right?
kind of a cool view to get these days. Yeah, they got that. Rock climbing walls, fucking... do they have that surfing thing on the back of the ship, too?
The wave pool surfing.
Wave surfing.
I don't know if it's that ship, but one of them has a roller coaster on it.
How the fuck does that float?
I don't know. It's amazing.
And I don't need the explanation. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, look, it's like a water slide thing.
Yeah.
That they got. It's simply amazing.
What do you think the fuel bill is for that?
Oh, it's insanity. It's just insanity what that thing must go through.
This is why the rest of the world hates us, by the way. Look at this thing.
It has an ice bar.
What's an ice bar?
Where most of the decor, you walk into the bar and it's freezing cold.
Freezing cold, yeah.
But all the decor is just hand-carved ice.
It's ice. And isn't the bar itself ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just crazy.
That's pretty cool.
An ice bar.
17 degrees.
I always laugh at that because I've gone to the bowling alleys on cruise ships, and it's pretty funny, especially when it gets a little rough.
Right.
Where on a plane, the second it gets a little bumpy, they want you to strap in.
Sure.
Don't get out of your seat even to go to the bathroom. The stewardess is strapping. A ship is pitching, yawing, and rolling, and they give you drinks and a bowling ball and just say, go to town, my friend. Go to town.
They should have some kind of competition where if you could bowl a perfect game at sea, you get whatever.
Some heavy
some
seas.
ridiculous amount of money.
They have pool tables that actually are on gyros.
All right, so it just stays level the whole time.
You could put the cue ball right in the middle of the table, and the ship could be moving around,
and
the
you
cue ball won't
notice.
move.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's unbelievable.
Allure of the Sea is the biggest ship, E-Rock? Thank you, Doug in Ohio. There's one bigger than the Epic.
That's probably the Royal Caribbean, I think, has the biggest ship.
Yeah, there was Oasis of the Seas, and then the Epic came out for Norwegian, so I don't know Allure yet.
Well, when is this going to end? How are they going to figure out
they are just
that
making
they can't make them any bigger?
And they're figuring out how to make them bigger with less structure, less visible structure inside. They have a lot of the superstructure is in the walls in between cabins, and they hide them in decorative structures. To make the huge opening. And
is it all about the huge opening that makes a cruise
they
ship
love
pretty cool?
that. They love that big open. You're in a fucking amazingly huge hotel space, but a lot of times the engineers had to conquer the twisting motion that you'd get. The ship would actually twist in the sea. So
no kidding.
They figured out how to do that.
I want to see Central
really
Park in
amazing.
the middle of the ship. I don't understand how that. Is there shops?
There's
Central Park?
There's restaurants, there's Starbucks and Gucci and pretty much anything you'd see on Fifth Avenue and in Central Park. They kind of redesigned it into the center of the ship.
And they can stop in the middle of their course there in the ocean and not drop an anchor and not move because of GPS and the propulsion pods on the bottom of the ship. Jeez. They don't have like propellers like old-time screws coming out the back.
Right.
They got these pods on the bottom of the ship that can turn 360 degrees.
Wow.
So the ship could go sideways if it wanted to, and it does when it docks a lot of times. It'll pull up and then just start going slowly sideways.
Yeah.
And it can hold position with GPS and these things.
I'm thinking about going on a cruise ship this winter.
They're a fucking blast. I'm going in April.
I got the young kids, so I can't really fly anywhere and get on a beach or nothing.
Yeah, they got them. They got them coming right out of New York and Jersey.
I see them right out of my window.
I'm taking mine from Miami.
You have to fly down to Miami and then take it?
Fly down to Miami, but then it goes all the way down to like fucking Honduras and shit like that.
Doesn't really matter.
No.
Just show me some water that looks very different than the water I'm used to.
That's it.
And some sand, and I'm good.
They drop you off every so often.
Just go do circles and tell me it's something different.
Yeah, that's it.
Why would you just keep going to different islands when they all look the same from a cruise ship?
It is kind of cool, though, yeah.
The design of some of these ships, they've made them so big, and they come out of this, I guess, this one shipyard in Norway. There's this infamous bridge, I guess, over there that the news would always tape the ships coming out of the shipyard going into the ocean and everything. They made them so big that they actually have to remove the smokestacks and part of the top of the ship just to get it under this bridge now.
Yeah.
And then reassemble it after they get past the bridge.
Once they get to the ocean, yeah.
If it's such an industry, why don't they just make the bridge bigger or higher or whatever?
The Queen Mary, too, that comes into New York every so often, they had to design the stack on that ship at a very low profile to get under the Verrazano.
Right.
And they got to do it before high tide.
Oh, wow.
Or else
they got to figure all that shit out.
Yeah, it's got to be timed perfectly. I saw a show on that ship, and they cleared this thing by a couple of feet. It was amazing. They had a camera up there, and you just see the stack, and they have to go right under the center of the bridge. It's fucking sick,
That's
man.
pretty cool, man. Let's say hi to Chip in Ohio. Chip.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up?
What's happening?
What's up?
Hey, we were on that boat or that ship for the Macy's 4th of July.
Epic, yeah.
And in the, I guess the atrium, they have the biggest TV I've ever seen. It's like 25 feet by 45 feet. Just insane.
TV.
And the deck has like, I don't know, some endangered teak wood or, I don't know, panda paws and stuff like that. I mean,
Panda paws. What are you talking
it's just insane. The cold bar, the ice bar, is literally you can be in the middle of the Caribbean and be at 12 degrees and freezing your nuts off, but what the hell, you're sitting on a panda paw chair.
And then when you leave, you go back out into the 100-degree weather,
and then catch a cold.
That's cold, and catch a horrible cold,
and then get the flu.
At the front of that Epic ship, they made like a private villa. It's supposed to be, if you don't want to pay for like the presidential suite, there's a private
you don't have
section.
To tell me about that. That's what I'm in, Iraq.
I'm explaining it to the audience here. So the back part of your cabin has a balcony and a private pool area.
Yeah.
But then the front of your cabin has another balcony, and you're looking out over the ocean. So either way, you're isolated from the rest of the ship.
Yeah.
You probably get to have something cool like, elephant tusk, bedposts.
We get it. Endangered animals.
Yeah. Because we suck as humans. We get it.
We all do.
We get it. The windows overlook the front of the ship. It's
that's
really cool. And they're mirrored, so you could actually do things.
Look at the back. Now it's just flat.
Yeah, they really did make these ships just like
almost square.
Stacked them up really
I guess
high.
They would be rectangles, right?
They sure stacked them up.
All right, Chip. Thank you. By the way, your Browns are going down.
Well, I'm in Cincinnati, and the Bengals suck as well.
Fuck the Bengals. No one talks about the Bengals. Go away. Hey, moving on to other things there, Anthony.
Yes.
We talked about the soup yesterday.
The soup, the mayor and his campaign against soup because of the sodium content. So, of course, our Nana mayor here in New York, Bloomberg, has decided to get about a $370,000 advertising campaign in the subways, all taxpayers' dollars,
of course,
in the subways where it shows a can of soup and it's opening up and just salt is pouring out of it to inform the people, let them know soup is very dangerous.
So why do they keep telling us like the state's running out of money, America's running out of money?
Bloomberg.
When
soup.
You see the waste that goes on.
Soap.
If we're hard up for money in New York State or New York City, why would you do this ad campaign?
I have no fucking
Just
idea.
to tell people that soup could be bad for you.
Yeah.
And then it leads to today, obviously.
Yeah, the new
and you're
thing.
amazed that people don't know that cigarettes are bad for them.
Yeah,
and I had to tell you, well, they don't know soup is bad for them.
Well, soup's a little different than cigarettes as far as knowing if it's bad for you.
It's the same shit, though. People just don't know for some reason.
The basic gist of this story is they want to start putting pictures on cigarette packs.
Horrific pictures.
Now, they do this in Canada.
Right.
They do this in Canada. They have
Canadians
rotting
love
hearts.
to fucking smoke. It's not doing any good.
And one of the really funny thing about the Canadian ones, one of them is a smile with like rotting tobacco teeth.
Right, cancer teeth, cancer gums, whatever.
Cancer gums. And it's funny because you hold the pack up to your mouth and it looks real silly because it looks like you've got fake teeth. You ever do that, Travis? You ever see people that hold up the cigarette pack with cancer teeth? It's great. It's funny. It's a funny gag.
It turns into a game.
It turns into a game, funny gag.
Instead of a
wax
health warning.
lips. It's whatever it is. So they want to do that. But my whole take is there's a warning on the fucking thing that says, look, this will cause cancer, heart disease, fucking infant mortality, whatever the fuck. And people just know. There's no one, I don't care what third world shithole you're from, that can't know that cigarette smoking is fucked for you.
Mm-hmm. I want to see the numbers after they have the pictures on the packs. I bet
Canadians smoke like crazy.
Yeah, it's been like that in Canada for a long time, and they still don't have numbers. They still don't know.
And people are still smoking.
A lot.
Like
people are still
crazy
smoking
in Canada.
And when I used to,
they love their smoking.
When I used to buy my cigarettes in Canada, there's various different types of ads. Some are really disgusting, and some aren't. So you would just go in, and when you would buy your cigarettes, you would just tell them to give you a different pack, one that didn't have some disgusting lung on it, you know?
That's almost like the Bill Hicks bit. Wasn't that the one? It's
we should go to
the
break with that
They put
later.
the warning, yeah.
Because you don't want to look, look, it is disgusting. Like, you don't want to look at it. Every time you pull your pack of cigarettes out, you don't want to look at a lung. But I know what's happening.
Yeah.
Why don't they put big fat slobs on the side of fucking Happy Meals and shit like that? Just do that. That hurts too. Why don't you buy a brand new car and there's the window sticker with the price and the mileage and everything, and then next to that is a fucking a child mangled in the street from getting hit by the car. There's a lot of dangerous shit out there.
You're joking, but I bet you that's where we're heading with all this. If they're going to put these pictures on cigarette packs in America,
yeah.
I'm sure they'll start doing it with other dangerous products.
I don't doubt it.
Except for beer, because that's the thing that runs this entire fucking country.
A crying black woman. What is that about?
what does that have to do with smoking?
What is that? Smoking?
She saw the results of the midterm elections.
Oh,
very upset.
Maybe she's upset about her ancestors and the filters. Something about that.
But
I didn't say a word.
Oh boy, yeah.
Very nice.
Oh wow.
They're putting these graphic labels on the packs, obviously, because you have to be of a certain age to purchase cigarettes. So this graphic content is for the older people that are allowed to smoke. So what happens when you finish your pack of cigarettes? At least I know what I used to do all the time. You just throw that fucking thing on the floor. So how many kids are gonna, little kids are gonna be scarred and just be crying when they see some cancerous throat just lying on the floor?
Dead guy. They just showed a picture they want to use. It's a dead guy laying there with his chest stapled together. Or he might not be dead. It looked like an autopsy, but I guess he just had open heart surgery.
Some kind of cancer surgery.
Yeah, this is just... Oh, God.
Look,
what is that person smoking with their foot?
What?
No, it's just like a rotting foot. There's a miscarried baby.
How do you get cancer in your toes if you're smoking? I understand
from stomping out the cigarette.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I understand the mouth.
I know how.
And the lungs. Racism, alive and well on the Opie and Anthony
Show.
What?
It's a bell.
I know what they're going to do next.
What?
2 years ago in Canada, now, if you go anywhere to buy cigarettes, you can't see them in the stores. They're all behind these like
porno magazines used to
be. They're behind these black, almost like curtains. So you have to know that they're there, so the kids don't see cigarettes.
You know what? Though they're going to continue smoking.
Sure,
obviously,
absolutely.
The numbers will be huge. I bet you this, in some fucked up way, helps the numbers. More people will end up smoking.
Like, what do you got? I'll trade you mouth cancer for a rotting foot.
Right. Yeah, make them hit the trading cards.
Yeah. Collect them all, kids.
Yeah, well, let's say hi to Joe in New York. Joe.
Hey.
What's up, Joe?
Well, Dennis Leary had the bid. It doesn't matter what the warning is. You can put a skull and crossbones on the pack. People won't talk about it. Do this
yeah, Dennis Leary has a bit where it's skull and crossbones on the side of the cigarette packs, and people will still smoke them.
Still gonna smoke.
But I think Bill Hicks kind of did it first, and we're going to play Bill Hicks's cigarette bit going into break today.
Oh, that guy's got a problem there.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes, the mustache.
Did that just start off as like a little zit or something on his neck?
What is that?
No big deal.
What is that? Like a tumor under his
It looks
chin?
like someone made a hamburger patty and affixed it to their throat.
Yes.
Yeah, just kind of pushed
right
through
to his larynx.
Whatever.
That's fucked up shit right
there.
there.
Yeah, but you got to tell the people it's bad for them still, Ant.
Yeah.
The world seems to be filled with dummies that don't know this stuff.
They're really stupid.
Not the people that are listening to us, of course. You guys are the
actually-
smart ones for picking this fine radio show.
I actually remember the warning just being cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health.
Right.
That was it. And then it's like the Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous.
There's that one, and there was the pregnancy one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was
Pregnancy.
it. Even
And
when
now-
I was smoking, like 10 years ago.
And now they're just all in. Not only will it cause cancer, let's show you some of the cancers it'll cause.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Smoking is bad, and if
I feel like smoking's up a little bit.
But
I feel like I'm seeing more people smoking outside. Obviously,
more?
they can't smoke inside anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what's going on, but...
I just don't see how anyone doesn't know it's bad for you. Like, I'm not saying stop. Well, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But there's no one smoking that doesn't know it's bad for you. It can't be. There cannot be. I can understand even the soup thing. Soup is delicious. Mm-hmm. But you got to know, like some people know, that the sodium content is through the roof with canned soups. But not as many people know. But everybody knows that cigarettes are bad for you.
Right.
It's got to be.
And I think the people that are putting this whole thing together, they don't understand that when you're younger, you don't give a shit about any of this stuff.
No,
you don't think
you're superhuman.
You don't think it's going to happen to you. You got youth on your side. You don't think about that.
And you
shit
say I
until
could
you get a
always
little
quit
older.
at like if I quit at 25,
Right.
I'll be fine.
That's the problem.
And then you keep smoking.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I'm out of college, I'll quit. No problem.
Yeah, sure.
Travis would get so mad because like he would say for like his New Year's resolution he was going to quit smoking, and then every year he'd still smoke.
Yeah,
And so you'd bust the ball. What happened, Travis? Shut the fuck.
You're not smoking anymore?
Oh, I stopped months before I had my kid.
There you go. So
Yeah.
you're doing all right.
That's what made me stop.
Oh, look at you.
Good daddy.
Hey,
don't slow down.
Cold
You quit
turkey
smoking.
too. I didn't do the patch or gum.
Don't
or
call
anything.
your kid that.
No, that's
cold turkey.
Yeah,
Were you jonesing?
no.
How much were you smoking?
A pack a day.
And you just were able to. Wow.
I was breaking down in tears every morning, and I was on the patch.
The first 48 hours was really hard.
All you
And
have
then
to do is get past the first 48.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I
Is
did
that
it.
true? You think?
About 7. I would say 72, but
Yeah.
So if you could just
2 or 3 days.
deal with the first 3 days,
That's the worst.
You got
Yeah.
it beat.
Then you're
Yeah.
not putting the cigarette.
Then
in
you're
your
on a
mouth.
real good path.
Then you're really conscious if
because
you're picking one
at
up.
that point the nicotine is out of your system. Like it's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
So if someone told
It's just
you,
cravings.
if someone told you just get past the first 72 hours, it's going to get a lot easier. Wouldn't that help you get to the end of the 72 hours?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you got to be ready to quit in the first place, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you just, it's one of those things you can't half-ass, where if you're not sure if you want to quit, like, you're just going to smoke. Like, you have to want to do it. So, not like I'm one of these anti-smoking people. Now that I quit, I'm not like that. If you want to smoke your fucking brains out,
When
I
was the
don't
last
care.
time you smoked?
My last cigarette was the last season of The Sopranos, like second episode. I remember it clearly.
That's been a while now.
Because
right?
I said
4
I'm
years.
going to sit down. I'm
4 years.
I'm going to smoke this cigarette. I'm going to watch The Sopranos.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Then I'm whacking my pack of cigarettes.
That's what it was.
Hey,
I haven't even had
Guma.
another drag. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
Right on.
Damn. Yeah, that's what it is. You just quit.
Cigarette smoke.
Yeah, I'd say what you got to do is, right when you decide to quit, first thing you got to do is go to a bar and order drinks and just sit around a bar drinking. Because that's really...
And then go outside with the smokers and just have a little chit-chat while they smoke.
That's why I was losing my mind at that Met game that I went with with Ope.
Is that why you held my hand?
Hold my hand.
It was like hot and sweaty, and like I'm drinking beer, which is like the worst thing to do because all I want to do is smoke a cigarette, and like it was hot and sweaty, and like my nicotine patch is like peeling off my arm, and like I'm smushing it into my arm to make more goodness go inside me.
You need more goodness.
That's hilarious.
Very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So it's just more nonsense being put out there today for everybody.
Yeah.
People will continue smoking.
I want to give a quick, even though it's not FU Friday, quick fuck you to an asshole this morning on my commute.
You have one of those every day.
Yeah, I know. I do.
This one was worse than
This one was
usual?
worse because it was out of the ordinary. It's not an ordinary thing that I do. I forgot to get gasoline yesterday. So I wake up and I get in my truck and I start driving and I realize, fuck, I need gas.
You're not going to make it.
So I know there's a gas station on the Grand Central. One of those right in the middle.
That fucking gas station is scary as shit. You can't get on or you can't get back on the highway after you gas up.
No, motherfuckers that don't know how to drive can't get on that fucking highway. I am up to highway speed before I even hit the end of that ramp.
I'm getting the problem.
You gotta boom.
This is a gas station pretty much in the middle of a highway.
Yeah. It's left lane exit and left lane re-entry with a relatively short runway there.
Left lane re-entry is the dumbest thing ever invented.
But you got to understand that you're a left lane re-entry. There's plenty of room, even for an economy car, to get up to highway
This
speed.
continues with-
People don't do it.
But this continues with what we've been talking about yesterday. With people don't know soup is bad for them.
Right.
People are going to continue smoking because they don't realize how bad it is for them. We live in a world with a bunch of dummies.
They're assholes.
Of course they should be up to speed in the left lane.
But they're not. I've seen people hanging out again at the end of that left entrance.
At a full
lane,
stop.
At a full stop.
How
with
the fuck you
with
supposed to
their
get back
head
on the highway?
craned over their right shoulder. Now it's worse than the on-ramp because that's on the right lane. Now left lane, there's 90 miles an hour going by you.
Nothing worse than one of those people that are at a dead stop and then decide, well, I guess I'll just go for
I'll
it.
creep out.
And you're going 70 miles an hour and you see this unfolding in front of you.
Yeah.
You're thinking, this guy's actually pulling out at 10 miles an hour?
You dumb son of a bitch. And just because the acceleration ramp starts at a certain point doesn't mean you can't start accelerating before that.
Of course.
How about the second you leave the pumps, you fucking goose your car? That way, by the time you hit even the on-ramp, the beginning of it,
sure,
you're already doing well.
So what did the dummy do today?
By the way, that wasn't even the problem.
Oh.
Because I took off when no one was in front of me, so I was able to just get right on. No problem.
Yeah, that gas station's fucked up, man.
And
the gas station itself is a tiny little
Very
thing.
tiny. That's key to this. Very tiny. Only 2 pumps for each side.
Right.
So I pull in, and I'm sitting there thinking, are they closed? Is there some problem? Because there's a car.
There's probably a robbery going on. That's a fucking shady area.
Like I care. Like Anthony cares. Please.
Just can't wait.
I'll just be in the paper.
You can't wait, huh?
No, I can wait. Believe me.
Are you itching?
I'm not.
Is that
No,
finger
I'm not.
itching a little bit?
No itchy.
It's a little itchy?
Not itching. No itchy. No scratching.
You need some calamine lotion on that finger?
Put some calamine on my pointer finger.
So it looks like it might be closed. That's never a good sign.
Because there's a minivan stopped in front of the gas pump, and there's no one in it. But then in front of him is a car gassing up. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm sitting there. And now, time is of the essence when I leave, because I leave and I have everything timed out to get here in time to set everything up and whatever.
Right.
So I'm sitting there like getting pissed because the guy in front of the van, I'm not even concerned about the van at this point. The guy in front of the van is taking forever. Once he leaves, I can pull in front of the van and use that pump. Well, after sitting there for 5 minutes, I'll be realistic. It was 5 minutes, which is a long fucking wait when you're commuting to work.
At a gas station?
At
5
a gas
minutes
station.
is forever.
It's an eternity.
Oh, my God.
This scumbag fuck dick comes walking out of the gas station with his cup of coffee and his donut in his hand and looks at me like, oh,
I wasn't supposed to park there for coffee?
He left his fucking car there when there's an area in front of the pumps to pull over and go in and get your shit. When there's only 2 pumps, you're another idiot who thinks he's the only person on the face of the fucking earth sitting there with his coffee and donut, just tying up a whole fucking pump when there's only 2 during the morning commute.
You should have blew out his tires.
Believe me, I was
learned his
fucking
lesson.
like you fucking asshole.
What did you yell with the window up?
I yelled, "Nice one, cocksucker."
With the window up?
No, window down.
Oh, you went with window down. Nice.
Yeah, because he looked right at me.
That means he wasn't black.
He looked right at me, and instantly his face went like, oh, and he put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, I'm not the only person using this pump. Oh, now I get it. I thought this was my personal gas station. So I called him, I go, nice work, cocksucker.
And what did he say back to you?
He put his shoulders up with his coffee and his donut like, now he's got to get defensive that he was the asshole. It's like, fuck that. Yeah, look, there's the gas station.
Yeah, it's
very good, Danny.
You could Google Earth it. We all know that one.
It's very tiny. It's on a median strip. It's on the thin part of the median strip.
It just doesn't belong there. Although I've needed to pull in there a couple times.
A lot of people have lost their SUVs at that one.
Really?
A lot of people have lost their SUVs. Yeah, especially a lot of Asians lose their SUVs there.
What do you mean?
Gentlemen will come up to them and take their SUVs and just speed away on a parkway.
It's a very sketchy area.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy. It's easy to kind of be dropped off by a buddy. There's all woods around it, and then you just come out of the woods, you grab the vehicle, and you take off.
And you're so gone before they could even call the cops.
Yeah, you're on a highway.
You're already miles away by the time they even dial somebody.
Exactly.
Dial. Do you still dial?
So I always, you keep your head on a swivel in those situations. Head on a swivel, hand on your hip. That's what I say.
But the problem is, there's not a lot of parking there. It's just a weird fucking spot. I don't want to defend the guy.
In front, by those 2 trees, there's a spot.
And it was wide open, right?
Where you pull over. See that? Right in front of the pumps.
Oh, I know, yeah.
There's a spot. Yeah. And then walk your fucking ass into the goddamn store. Tell the man, in quotations, behind the counter that you want your coffee. And let other people gas up, you fucking dickbag.
Well, look at Mike relating to you today. Mike in Queens. What's up, Mike?
Oh, I go to that same gas station. I've gotten stuck out there. First of all, you can get called by the cops because the Highway 3 is right across the street. But every time there's an accident, every time there's someone slow in front of you, they price gouge you. They put 20 cents extra on each one. And by the way, I'm smoking a cigarette right now.
and gassing up.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, the prices at that station, they know they got you, is
Of
what
course.
it is.
There's no other gas station anywhere near there.
Like, you're on the highway, there's no exit for a gas station close by. If you're running low on gas, you're paying, I think I paid $3.60 some odd cents for gas today.
Wow.
At that gas station.
What is gas prices?
$3.30.
2 something 3. Well, that's for regular, sir.
Is regular gas
regular, and that's the cash price. I used credit, and I get premium.
Well, that's good. Now they got your credit card number.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Queens, they do
that's
that
not a
thing
safe
where-
place.
In Queens, there's 10 cents extra if you use a credit card at all these gas stations.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's not, sir. Excuse me. It's called a cash discount. You pay less money for paying cash, not more money for credit. Unlike that fucking
They
sham.
only post the price of the cash. They don't post it. They don't post the price of the on the outside. They only post the cash price. They don't post the credit card price.
Bunch of
All right, Mikey.
dicks.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother. And this just happened on the news. We love the news tease. It's been a while. They just teased this story.
Nearly stabbed to death.
I felt the knife going through my bones.
Why she might have to share her home with the man who attacked her.
He took away my life.
Tonight at 10.
The fucking news.
Why she may have to share her home.
Obviously, it's some fucked up loophole.
Yeah.
You know, but the news is going to make it like, you know, you're going to have to now live
They're
with your
in bed
victims.
together.
Yeah.
Like, sleep. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
Ah! She's just doing the Homer scream all night fucking long.
Oh, my God.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Yeah.
That's better.
This is her every night.
Just running around the house.
Yeah.
Closing doors.
I'll carve the turkey. I'd love to know what the real story is there, because it's not him living with her.
It's
just stop it.
Obviously, some dumb loophole.
It's a loophole. He's probably living in the same building, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe she lives in an apartment building.
I didn't care enough to wait around for the actual story. I just thought the news tease was good enough for the show.
It certainly was.
Because you know it's just some stupid loophole. Maybe if someone knows, they could call us.
We haven't done stupid news teases in a while anyway. I like that one.
And during the overnight period, someone tweeted me I think it's a 9-minute video of a whole bunch of news teases.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Give it to the
Put it all
boys. See if it's worth putting on the show today. Yeah.
Some people tweet things that I saw like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
It's just astounding. You don't want to call them idiots. I just take it and just like delete it. But it's like I'm stunned.
I've been flooded with cake farts.
Yes,
what's that
why
about?
is cake farts
Not
making
only
a
did
big
we talk about
comeback?
cake farts, we had one of the cake fart people on our show.
At the old studio.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
did cake farts live on our radio show.
I guess maybe some news site picked it up, or
I'm
people
getting
who
cake
haven't seen
farts,
it. It's the
too.
strangest thing.
It's
I'm
like, dude, you got to see this. You're
I'm sending multiple cake fart emails a day now, where it's just like, no, we did this. No,
Yeah,
we saw
yeah.
it. We did this. Did
Did you guys see Star Wars, kid?
what does he do? I haven't
you
seen
don't
that.
know?
No.
You want people to tweet that to you?
Oh,
today?
yeah. Where's Star Wars Kid? No, all I got yesterday, I got a lot of tweets on
the pedo.
No, it was
The
how
pedo
I
thing
could-
is hilarious.
How I can improve my gameplay on
Black Ops.
Black Ops, yeah, but
You didn't get the
I'm
pedo.
not taking it.
You didn't get the pedo guide.
Oh, I did get that. Yes. Somebody did send me that.
This is definitely going viral today. Amazon pulls pedophile guide amid outrage. An ebook. This was actually an ebook. Don't the
Right.
ebook people look at what they're going to sell their consumers and go, wow, maybe this isn't a good idea? But someone discovered that an ebook for sale on Amazon.com entitled The Pedophilia's Guide to Love and Pleasure.
Oh.
Or the pedophiles' guide to love and pleasure was apparently pulled by the online retailer late Wednesday after shocked consumers across the nation called for a boycott.
I'm shocked.
The title, authored by Philip Greaves, was published last month, according to product details previously available on Amazon, sold for $4.79 on Kindle.
Cheap at any price.
This is my
Cheap at
attempt to
any
make
price.
pedophilia This is my attempt to make pedophile situations safer for those juveniles that find themselves involved in them.
Yeah, you want to
by establishing
make it better for them.
certain rules for these adults to follow.
Right. You got to follow certain pedophile rules.
A product description read, I hope to achieve this by appealing to the better nature of pedosexuals.
Yes. Why make it hard on the child when you could give a gentleman this book and he could learn how to, abuse a child without really fucking his mind up, I guess is what they're going for
Without
here.
fucking him up for his entire life.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe he's just fucked up until he's 30. With hope that their doing so will result in less hatred and perhaps lighter sentences should they ever be caught.
Lighter sentences? What is this guy kidding?
I don't know, man. Oh, the world is insane. I love it. The content led to hundreds of tweets criticizing Amazon for allowing the title to be sold, and a Facebook page was created calling for a boycott of the Seattle-based company. What's that all about? You just don't want to be in the book banning business? Is that what this is about?
Maybe.
Totally unacceptable. This is not about freedom of speech. This is a how-to guide for pedophiles. Shame on you, Amazon.com.
Needs a how-to book.
They are screwing themselves over just in time for holiday shopping.
Screwing themselves over.
Mm-hmm. And then Amazon stood by its decision to sell the ebook. Wow, what's that about? Amazon believes it is censorship not to sell certain books simply because we or others believe their message is objectionable. The company said in a written statement. Amazon does not support or promote hatred or criminal acts. However, we do support the right of every individual to make their own purchasing decisions. How is this book even legal? How's this author not arrested?
Well, again, just writing a book probably isn't.
Can we get this book?
Isn't the problem?
Oh, we're trying to get the book.
I'll bring it in tomorrow. Jesus Christ, Danny.
Kind of looking at some of the chapters right now, are we?
Yes. Chapter 1, get boner. Chapter 2, stick inside children. Finn. That is. Yeah, that's one of those tough things where it's like, all right, you know, anyone, I guess, has the right not to sell the book.
Right.
But if Amazon's policy has always been whatever book is available should be made available, then it is kind of a book banning, freedom of speech.
Can we at least punch the author in the face?
Yeah, that you can do. There's
be allowed
consequences.
to punch the author in the face.
There will be consequences. And if he's leading a criminal lifestyle by actually practicing this, then indeed he should be arrested.
Well, obviously, yeah.
But,
all right.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up right there.
We're going to hit our first break here.
Ooh, good. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry, man. My blood sugar level just dropped during the reading of that story.
Did it?
Patrice
all the blood went
O'Neill.
to your boner?
Yeah, my boner.
Your boner.
Patrice O'Neill will be in today at 8 o'clock. Also, Brett Ratner. We've had him on before. That new movie looks great, but I don't know what he's doing for the movie.
What do you mean?
That movie, what is it? It's
Independence.
It's Cloverfield meets Independence Day.
As it looks like.
It looks like Cloverfield done right.
Clover War of the World's Day.
Yeah.
Clover.
Have you seen the trailers though? It looks pretty fucking cool.
Clover.
No.
Clover Section 9 of the.
I'm hoping that it's different from other things I've seen.
That it looks similar to.
That's diplomatic.
The trailers, I don't know how they film that shit anymore. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's amazing.
It is really. They've just gotten amazing at
pretty fucking ridiculous
at putting shit that isn't there on the screen and making it absolutely look like it's there.
What's the name of the movie again?
Skyline.
Skyline, right? Looks
Skyline.
good. Check out the trailer for yourself online, and we'll have Brett Ratner in studio to talk about it.
Do you think titles of movies make people see movies more or less depending on the title? Like Skyline to me sounds like a movie. It's like, hey, let's go see Skyline. But then those long drawn out titles, and I wish I had an example in my head.
You don't have an example because it's not memorable.
Yeah,
and that's probably making your point.
All right, how about the one that we had Terry Gilliam, was it? Was it Terry Gilliam? What was
The
it?
Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
Yes, the Imaginarium of Dr.
horrendous
Parnassus.
name for a movie.
Now, would you not go to that movie because you just don't want to say to your friends or something, hey, let's go see the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
I wouldn't go to the movie because I don't know what it's about by the movie title.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
But even Skyline, like, you don't know what it's about from the title, but it's like, all right, hey, you want to go see Skyline? Okay.
Makes it a little easier.
It's easier.
But Skyline doesn't really explain what the movie's about.
It's not as much the explanation of a movie as it is it's embarrassing to say it to your friend
You know
at
what?
some point, some movie titles.
I'm starting to understand what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's
there
just-
are times where you're like, oh my God, I can't fucking
I'm not
say
even
that
going to
title
bother
out loud.
saying this title to a friend or something like
Does
that.
anyone have an example out there? You're absolutely right. There was one that came out within the last year or so, and you're like, I can't say this in front of people. Like, do you want to see?
You want to see, yeah, and it's just embarrassing to say. It's like I haven't ordered things at restaurants, like at Denny's and things like that, because I'm not going to say it.
I point at the menu.
Yeah. Could I have this? Could I have a super duper Biggie burger? Slobber knocker, and you're like, I just give me a fucking cheeseburger.
Right, you just
God damn, this is embarrassing.
Good point. So we'll talk to Brett, and then Alex Jones will be calling the show today.
I
want to know what he thinks about the explanation for that missile thing.
Dr. Michio Kaku said it was an optical illusion.
And you
First
know,
he was saying it was a missile, then it's an illusion.
You know how we talk about, too, how the news has to make everything local?
Yeah.
So you got the missile thing. I'm calling it the missile thing in California.
3,000 miles away?
Yeah, it looks like it. Obviously, it's starting to look like it's just aircraft or whatever.
That's a lot of pilots and professionals are saying that have no interest in this. They're saying, look, I've been in the air a lot. I've seen a lot of things. A lot of times it has to do with the moisture in the air, where the sun is, which way something's moving. So it just looks like a missile when it's actually an aeroplane.
And the papers.
The papers get the papers.
So this is a California story, right?
Of course.
So the papers, I got to find it really quickly. They're basically saying, we got one of these here in New York. Right here, look. Yo, California, we got our own right here off the Rockaways.
Ah, there it is.
And they're showing something that looks very similar, to the missile mystery out there in California.
That's a plane.
Just a plane taking off from JFK, right?
Yeah.
So, but they have to make it local. Like, see, it happens here too, people.
Of course they do. The local angle. It's very
on
important.
everything is ridiculous.
Very important.
All right, why don't we take a little break? Did you find that Bill Hicks smoking thing? Thumbs up. Nice. Nothing wrong with playing a little Bill Hicks for everybody.
Yes.
I smoke. If this bothers anyone, I recommend you looking around the world in which we live and shutting your fucking mouth. Take that home with you. I got some news to tell you tonight. Very exciting news. For non-smokers. Oh, I can't wait to tell you all this because I know you don't know this. And I feel it's my duty to pass on information at all times so that way we can all evolve quicker. Non-smokers, you ready? This, by the way, is a fact, too. Non-smokers, ready? Drum roll. Non-smokers die every day. Oh, sleep tight. Oh, the truth shall set you free. I know that you non-smokers entertain some type of eternal life fantasy because you don't smoke cigarettes. Well, let me be the first to pop that fucking bubble and send you about your way with some little truth. You're gonna fucking die. Okay? Okay. Love ya. Shut the fuck up. And you know what doctors say? Shit, if only you'd smoked, we'd have the technology to help you. Shoot, people dying from nothing that are screwed. I got all sorts of neat gadgets waiting for me. Iron lung, oxygen tent. It's like Christmas. It's weird, man. People say the dumbest things, too. Hey, you quit smoking, you get your sense of smell back. I live in New York City. I don't want my fucking sense of smell back. Is that urine? I think I smell a dead fella. Where's that coming? Look, honey, a dead fella. I found him. Thank God I quit smoking. I can find dead fellas in urine puddles. Ooh, I love living in New York. I know it's a nasty habit, but guess what? Drum roll. I'm addicted. Trying to quit. You ever try and quit, sir? I love it. Every smoker. I love it. You ever try and quit? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm trying right now. Did you try cold turkey? No? What did you try? Didn't last long, but you did try stopping cold turkey. Thank you, sir. I believe I've entered you into the show yet. I'm talking to the smoker because he's smoking. When I start talking about goofballs, you get ready. When the word goofball comes up, you sit up and take a sip of coffee because you're on. Listen, folks, the audience participation part of the show is limited to this and this only. Direct yes and no answers to my questions, laughter, applause, and a blowjob from all the women afterwards. That's it. You can all relax within those parameters, I believe. Good. Glad we know the fucking schedule. So you did try. Cold turkey's hard. It's really aggravating. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quit gradually. And what you do to quit gradually is I'm going to lose one lung. And then a little while later, I'm going to lose the other one. And that's it. I feel better having a plan. So I smoke a lot. How much do you smoke a day, sir? 2 packs? Pussy. I go through 2 lighters a day, dude. All right, so 2 packs. You're like a health nut to me. You're like the Jack LaLanne of smokers, man. You could tie a piano to your back. You could swim the English fucking Channel with a cigarette. Two lighters a day is a bit much. Hey. Only good thing about smoking now is every cigarette pack has a different Surgeon General's warning. That's kind of neat. Mine say, warning, smoking may cause fetal injury or premature birth. Fuck it. Found my brand. Just don't get the ones that say lung cancer, you know. Shop around. It is your body. Yeah, give me a carton of low birth weight. I think I can live with low birth weight. Line them up, goddammit. I'm here to take the low birth weight challenge. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. That is my big fear in life, doing smoking jokes in my act and showing up 5 years from now.
Good evening, everybody. Remember me? I was wrong. Smoking is real fucking bad for you. No joke.
Oh my God, man. I've seen people do that. You ever seen someone do that? Is that unbelievable? Man, if you're smoking out of a hole in your neck, I'd think about quitting. Wouldn't you? I mean, at that point, chew some gum or something.
Opie and Anthony. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.
Checking out the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
Showing a lot of footage of that cruise ship, man. As they're loading the Spam and the Pop-Tarts.
Spam and Pop-Tarts, they're towing them back.
Come on, they had to give them something else besides the Spam and the Pop-Tarts.
I think they're giving them a little something now. I think that was pretty much to just kind of hold them over.
And you made a great point during the break.
Oh, yeah, the fact that it's, in the old days, an engine fire and a ship
in the middle of the ocean,
you were dying.
Or
you
eating each other.
Dying. Your ship was going to sink. Or if you were in the North Atlantic, you were freezing to death in the water. These people are all mad because they're getting Spam and Pop-Tarts as their ship gets towed home. A few years back, you were burning alive and sinking in the middle of the Pacific.
Plus, most of the people on a cruise ship like that have very boring lives. Now they got a great story to tell for the rest of their lives.
Yes. Not as good as being hit by a rogue wave. Rogue wave.
Watch out for the rogue wave.
Rogue wave. But, pretty good one. You'd have been dead. Dead!
Yeah, that Cree thing's
Complaining.
really funny, man.
Pentagon, NASA experts say a mystery plume was a plane. It was indeed an aerial plane.
So we can move on.
Yeah.
Move on
Worry
from
about
that. Obviously, it's a missile, but they're telling us it's a plane.
I'll be investigating. I think it was a missile or perhaps a UFO coming out of Area 53. That's 2 more levels secreter than Area 51.
What makes you an expert, sir?
I know. I was a governor. I was a fighter. I was a Navy frogman. And say I am a SEAL. I love that guy. Can't get enough of his dumb show.
You know when we were trying to think of something that you would refuse to order at a restaurant?
Yeah.
Joe Dawson, thank you, from Bethpage. The Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Oh, never would I order the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Now, I would enjoy the IHOP every once in a while, and that was the thing that I would point at on the menu, because I didn't want to say it out loud.
And
But
then
I wanted
you-
that goodness in me.
After you point, did the waitress go, "You want the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity?"
Yeah, because they're forced to say it.
No, they had to say it.
For marketing or some horse shit.
No, I want this.
I want the
Give me the
pancakes with the fucking sweetness on top.
I don't even like saying like the Grand Slam breakfast. Could I have the Grand Slam breakfast? How about some eggs over easy and some flapjacks?
Some bacon, well done.
And some bacon.
Oh, let's get some fucking bacon right now. Who wants bacon?
Who doesn't ever want bacon? Oh my God, Iraq's running around in circles chasing his tail. What is he? He's going crazy at the sound of bacon.
Anything better in this world than crispy fucking bacon?
Oh, it's the
And how depressed do
bestest.
you get when they bring it out and it's not crispy?
Yeah, the soggy bacon.
Oh,
I don't like
where
soggy bacon.
it's sort of not cooked.
It can't be too crispy.
Oh, crispy,
where it's
right?
dry.
Oh, fuck, that's
But
the best.
it's got to be. No, it's
You
got to
like
have,
it to chew a little?
No, it's a little chewy.
Just
It's
a
got
slight chew?
some
Fuck
consistency.
that.
I don't like when it just shatters apart.
Oh, that's when it's the best.
Like a ribbon candy. I don't want
Bacon!
that.
Bacon! Where's the bacon? I smell bacon, bacon, bacon! Gotta be bacon! Only one thing smells like bacon, and that's bacon! Bacon, bacon, bacon there! Please, please, give me what's in the bag! Chewy, yummy, smoky, bacon! There you go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Num, 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 num! It's bacon!
I've never heard him more excited in my
I know.
life.
He didn't even have to act for that.
That's
Well,
it was
Iraq.
bacon.
Who does not
bacon.
love bacon?
Fuck, I want bacon
Amazing.
right now. Let's get some.
Got any bacon back there?
Do we have bacon in the Opie and Anthony kitchen?
We're all out. Starving. No bacon?
No bacon.
Okay.
Tell the bosses we're cooking bacon live on the show tomorrow. We want to do that bit. Are we allowed to do that bit? Are we allowed to cook bacon in the studio?
No open flames.
No open
cooking.
flames. Well, we're allowed to do the Pop-Tarts fire.
Then how
right?
is I allowed here? Yes, get it flaming.
Someone's Vince goes, isolate Opie saying I wanted that goodness inside me.
Oh, yeah.
They already did.
Oh, believe me, they've isolated a bunch of stuff. I said something yesterday. Don't remember what it was, but if someone didn't grab it, they're not listening.
Oh,
Right
really?
after I said it, I'm like, oh, that's
one
going to
was
be a
it?
bad clip. Can't for the life of me remember, but it was really incriminating. I think it was
"Fuck."
something about penis and,
All right.
me.
Hey, Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna.
Remember
Hey,
her?
How about that Madonna?
Remember her before Lady Gaga hit the scene?
Yep.
She felt like, holy shit, no one's talking about me lately. Mm-hmm. This is where this comes from.
Did she do something with Lourdes? Lourdes
is shaping up to be pretty nice.
Lourdes is looking like a young Madonna, is what she looks like.
A darker version.
She will be delicious, like eventually, but she just has to trim that unibrow.
Yeah.
'Cause she's still got that whole like Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, she's got
head
to
thing happening.
she's got to get somebody to trim her up a
A
little.
book I got off of Amazon yesterday said that's not a problem, and you should just pursue it.
Yeah, Lourdes is
Lourdes.
But Madonna felt like, fuck, why the fuck aren't they talking about me? I better do something. This is what these celebrities do. So she called up Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, yeah.
See the unibrow?
I think she's gonna have to get some.
Well, she's part what, Cuban?
Part man with that mustache.
Part Cuban?
She's got a little facial. That was an older picture though. Like now, I think they cleaned up her mustache a little bit. We all saw how hairy fucking Madonna was. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God, that is a mustache.
She's got quite the little
She's got the
fucking-
same mustache you have.
I know. Thinning
thin
it down a little bit. She got the Billy D. Williams going.
And those eyebrows.
Those eyebrows are
Wow.
amazing.
That's much more of a problem.
She has, right at the bridge of her nose, is a Venus flytrap. it doesn't even look like eyebrows.
It looks like someone took the clone stamp in Photoshop and made her eyelashes
Yes.
in between her eyebrows.
They put her eyelashes in between her eyebrows. Exactly, right on the bridge of her nose.
But look at those beautiful eyes.
Big brown eyes.
Yep.
She's going to be hot once she cleans herself up.
Wow, no, I didn't know she had a
I think that's
mustache.
an older picture, though, because I think there's better pictures of her kind of cleaned up already. All right, there you go. That's the one we're all looking for.
Is that the cleaned up photo?
That's the cleaned up one.
Hey, Aunt, you want a moons over my hammy?
I will never order a moons over my hammy.
That's coming in a lot. No. All right, so I did order a bikini teeny once. Yes, I did.
Yeah, bikini teenies you could order, but that's the new one. Yeah, look, see, she's cleaning up a little bit.
Oh yeah, she
her
is.
hair looks better.
She's taller than her mom already.
She's getting there.
So,
well,
Madonna said, "Hey, man, look at me today, please." So she called up Ellen DeGeneres, and Ellen said, "Sure, come on my show."
did they eat each other out? Oh, look, she looks great there.
How old is she there? Jesus, Aunt. I think she's only like 11 or 12 still.
No.
She's getting a little older now?
That happens every year.
What?
They get older.
They get older every year?
Every year.
Does that bum you out?
It's so disappointing.
How bummed do you get
Jesus
when people
Christ.
have their birthday?
Oh, it's terrible.
No, how old is she?
She was born.
I think you're going to be surprised. I don't think she's... I'm going to go 13. 13 years old.
She was born October 14th, 96.
I don't know if that's her. It might be someone.
I think it was. 96. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 14. You could tell if a girl's going to be hot by 14. Not saying, bet her down or anything. I'm just saying you can tell.
Okay. We'll figure out her age. But anyway, so Madonna, Sam, you can stay in here for this because you pulled this shit. So Madonna realized that no one's talking about her. So she called up Ellen DeGeneres and said, "Hey, I got something to say about a very hot topic, bullying."
Well, she felt like she needed to say something.
She needed people to talk about her.
She needed.
Well,
That's why this show right here that you're listening to is very important. We break this shit down for you.
I
She doesn't give a shit about bullying.
I think it has more to do with she's looking around at all the bullying and realizing that half the reason that all the bullying is happening is because Madonna hasn't said that it's a bad thing.
People will take Madonna's lead.
Here's the counterpoint. I think she looks around the world and sees all those Lady Gaga T-shirts, and she's saying to herself, "Holy shit, those used to be Madonna T-shirts.
me.
What the fuck is going on?"
People aren't tapping their toes to Beautiful Stranger anymore?
No.
No, not as much.
Ray of Light? Huh? Anyone?
They're Lady Gaga-ing.
That's right.
Ray of Light came on when I was driving to Philly, and my wife goes, "Hey, this is your favorite Madonna song." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Everyone knows. You know."
What's your favorite Gaga song?
Probably
Bad Romance. It's a strong pick.
All right, we don't have to play it today.
It is a good song. I give you that.
You'll give that?
I give him that. And Ray of Light is a strong song.
See, it's not as strong as if Anthony said it's a good song, and I'll give you that. Because you kind of like this genre.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
All right, listen, so we don't have to play this.
It's very Hits One friendly.
Ooh, I'm dancing.
Hits One, play this?
Well, not anymore, but they would.
Oh, they wouldn't play it now.
No.
A little retro.
They only
Very
play
old.
20 songs.
Well, I mean, we try to stay current.
Wasn't this in one of the Austin Powers movies?
Yes, I believe this was from The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Right. Exactly. And the video was weird. She was all choppy.
Yeah.
Now, do you like this, Ed?
If it came on, I'd crash my car.
We don't have to play this.
Yeah! You wouldn't kind of start bopping your head while you're driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is not bad. Driving to a telephone pole.
Yes, definitely on purpose.
Look, we already did this bit. I was a faggot over this song months ago. We don't have to redo the faggot.
It's a faggot.
We don't have to redo it. Thank you. Thanks for saving my ass.
Fuck you, Madonna.
Well, that's why she appeared on TV yesterday. That's the only reason. She doesn't give a shit about bullying.
And by the way, you shouldn't use that F word.
Faggot?
That's the word.
Oh.
You just made one teen kill himself.
We call it
Did
the
we?
F word.
You just did by using every time you use that word, a teen
Someone
kills
jumps
himself.
off a bridge.
That's right.
You gotta watch out.
What are you allowed to say these days? Could you give me a list of words, please?
Well, you would say...
are you allowed to say butt pirate at least?
No, that would be... that's offensive, I think. Something like...
Sword swallower?
No, would you say... Maybe just say sissy, because that...
Oh, really?
Because that way it's not necessarily homosexual.
What do you think, Ann? Sissy is...
Sissy.
I would say sissy
Mary
is worse than faggot.
No, because sissy doesn't pertain to sexual identity necessarily.
Sissy is very retro. That's
very
retro.
retro.
That's an old one.
Is that like honky?
That's what.
No, I mean
It's
different
around.
things.
It's around the same time.
A lot of people you don't hear sissy.
That's what older gentlemen would call young guys, hippies and stuff that would carry around like a bag. You know,
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Yeah, look at that sissy."
Exactly.
He's a
Oh,
sissy.
You're not going out tonight. Don't be a sissy.
But how come it was like cool to have a motorcycle with a sissy bar on it?
Oh, what was the sissy bar?
The sissy bar was the big fucking thing on the back. That was kinda like that.
right.
And, you know, I guess because your chick leaned against it and she's
That's
a fucking
why,
sissy.
yeah.
They don't make those anymore, huh? I don't see them really. Not that
Yeah, you see the
high
sissy
anymore.
bar.
Is that high? Yeah. I rarely see that. All right, so Madonna, looking for attention, went on Ellen DeGeneres to talk about bullying because it's a very hot topic right now.
It is a hot topic.
And this is what she had to say about bullying.
Can't wait.
So, Madonna, first of all, I appreciate that you wanted to speak to this cause here because it is a very important cause to me, and I understand for you.
Right next
so
to eating
speak to
bush. Right next to, like, having her box eaten.
You're bullying.
Is bullying. Yeah.
Now you're bullying.
That's it. It's like, am I bullying
That's
right now?
bullying, yeah.
Because she likes having her box eaten by another woman?
Yes.
Me just mentioning it? But she said she's an out-of-the-closet lesbian.
I know, but I don't know if
but so
her list
saying
of
that-
interests goes, stop bullying, get my box eaten
Why
by
not,
a woman.
man? I don't know. That's hot.
Yeah. This is such horseshit.
It really is. The stop bullying thing
And she
is
waited too long,
bullshit.
man. That was a hot topic 2 weeks ago. No one
Miss
cares about
Patrice.
bullying anymore. What's up, Patrice?
No one
for you.
cares.
So speak to
Bullying.
us.
Well, I just feel like it would be incredibly remiss of me to not say something. I am incredibly disturbed and
Yes, you are.
saddened by the overwhelming number of teen suicides that have been reported lately.
How many?
because of
One?
bullying.
Huh?
Wasn't there one?
There's not a lot of teens in general are killing themselves.
You
Not
know-
just the gay ones.
Right. You know how many bullying-related suicides there have to be? It's got to be less than people that have vending machines fall on them.
Like the shark thing?
Yeah, like the shark thing.
Yeah,
Shark
it's-
attacks, and
it's-
more people are killed by
Look-
vending machines falling on top of them every year.
Look, for the families that have to deal with a kid that killed themselves, it's brutal and all that, obviously.
course.
But it's not an epidemic.
It's
not even close to an epidemic.
It's so low on the list of what celebrities should be hawking. I'm sorry. It's a terrible thing, and I'm not talking about any specific instance. I'm just talking about overall the problem of this type of bullying / suicide. Sorry, I'm not seeing it as a grave issue here. There are 8,000 things that I would put in front of that.
Yes.
Shouldn't kids just be taught to have higher self-esteem, and that way the bullying doesn't
Shut
bother
the
them?
fuck up.
You're right.
It just it builds character.
Hi, Patrice.
Go on.
Yeah, he's taking it.
I like Patrice just walking in. Good morning.
You got the sleepy eyes.
Oh, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
I had like a few minutes of REM sleep.
Yeah,
That's all you
That's
need.
all you need.
I was like, all right, I feel all right.
All right.
Charge it up.
Here, let's listen to Madonna talk about bullying.
That's what I walked in.
voice.
Yeah, a month.
I believe this is quite the. What's with that fucking voice?
A month after all the other celebrities did it. This is all about just getting her face out there because, you know,
Lady Gaga's
people are
taking
starting
her
to forget about
heat.
Madonna.
Taking her.
Reported lately. because of bullying. I mean, suicide in general is disturbing. Teenagers committing suicide is extremely disturbing, but to hear that teenagers are taking their lives because they're being bullied in schools and dormitories, what have you, is kind of unfathomable. And I know a number of people have already spoken out about it, but I feel like I need to say something.
Sing
the gay
material,
community has been
girl.
incredibly supportive of me. I wouldn't have a career if it weren't for the gay community. So and I have.
Yeah, the gays love the Madonna.
She's trying to steal that from Gaga too.
Love her.
No, Lady Gaga stole all the gays away from Madonna.
Madonna never really admitted that the gays like her.
I mean, Gaga really.
But Gaga took all the new gays.
Yeah, but ever
Madonna's
since
probably still got the old stretched out balls gay guys now. Yeah.
Oh man, she is so jealous of Lady Gaga.
Oh, is she ever?
This is all about Lady Gaga. Has nothing to do with gays and bullying and teen suicide.
Gaga ought to come out with cone bra tits.
Yeah, and everybody would call her
Made
a
of
genius.
Made of meat. Meat cone
meat
tits.
cones.
Yeah, how is Madonna dressed?
She was dressed conservatively.
Yeah, that's her new thing, huh?
Yes, yes.
And I also have a teenage daughter, and I have ongoing discussions with her about this topic.
Why?
Bullying or lesbo sex? Which one? Which one?
I don't think they brought up lesbos.
No? It's lesbo.
Why? I love the word lesbo.
They're talking
why would she have this discussion with her daughter? Her daughter's set up for life. She has no problems.
Her daughter's just a regular teen.
Oh, is
Could
she
be bullied
really?
on the internet.
Could be bullied. Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, you never know.
About her eyebrows. They
Really?
could bully her about her eyebrows. Hey, big eyebrow girl. And then she beats them up with stacks of thousands, just throwing them
Wads
just
of dollars.
throwing money.
Stacks of old Madonna CDs.
Yeah.
They're
Nobody's buying
that
it,
are
no.
gathering a lot of dust because even Madonna's daughter's listening to Lady Gaga.
Oh,
how
could
bad
you
is
imagine?
that?
Does that happen, you think? Madonna goes
Oh,
upstairs
yeah.
to her room, and she quickly shuts off. It's like, what were you playing? What was that? What was that? Lourdes. And then she hits the button.
Practicing her. Madonna's practicing her non-regional dialect.
Yes. Her non-regional dialect.
So everyone likes her.
Exactly.
It's unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
Is it
unfathomable.
unfathomable?
All right, let's listen to Madonna talking about bullying. This is
Yes.
could be the best audio of the day.
Have ongoing discussions with her about this topic. So I feel like I just need to say a few words.
Yeah.
It's important. Otherwise, the bullying continues.
The bullying thing is the fucking the cause du jour. This is going to peter out faster than any other cause ever.
Oh yeah, because you'll always have some type of bullying.
Yeah.
Why are kids now special?
Yeah. What the fuck? When did that happen?
Why are we raising these bums?
It's like in school there was you call a kid a retard or an idiot.
That's
or something,
offensive.
and now it's ADD. He's got some kind of problem. Bullying was what happened. You come home crying. What happened? The kid fucking pushed me down in the yard, and then the father would go, "Well, you know what you do? You walk up to him, you punch him in the face. You punch him in the face, and he'll stop."
Right. But and when we were growing up, you didn't know gays in school.
Sometimes
So
you
why-
punch a bully and go away. Sometimes he doesn't go away.
So why weren't those kids killing themselves?
Yeah.
because the
Because
gays
we wasn't supposed to kill ourselves.
But the gay is accepted now, way more than when we were growing up.
There's a
Wouldn't it be
motherfucker that scared me so much from summer school when I was in the 5th grade. I go to summer school. Or the 6th grade. So I think I dug a tunnel like Vietnam to get from school to home. I,
To
was
your
a fucking,
basement?
I
Scary
came out this
motherfucker,
fucking
yeah.
sewer to quick escape this asshole.
Steve Oswald from Toronto writes they better start lesing out.
Yeah, lesing out.
Because
I
he's
remember that
bored
one.
with the interview on Ellen DeGeneres.
There was a kid in my school who used to call me over to pretend to tell me a secret and stick thumbtacks in my shoulder.
Holy shit!
That explains
Fucked up.
everything. That explains everything.
There was this kid.
It's too
I
bad you
just-
didn't kill yourself.
Why?
Oh, what?
I never even considered it.
There was a kid in school,
Seriously.
and I only knew his last name was Bohannon. And we used to make him
Bohannon, that sounds-
Bohannon.
Doesn't
We just
sound
call
good.
him Bohannon. and we used to make him low crawl through mud puddles. In the
Why would you say his name? He's probably
fuck him.
Crying.
He's probably putting fucking that black ink under his eye right now.
He probably invented Twitter. You know how those guys turn out.
And he'd be low crawling, and we'd just be laughing, and he's full of mud. It's just bullying because shit goes down, and I got shit on, and you'd have to. This was the lowest common denominator.
When I was in fifth grade.
That's it.
No, go ahead, Sam.
When I was in 5th grade, there was a new Spanish kid who didn't speak any English.
That's good.
So the
They
whole
won't be
class
cruel to him.
at lunchtime spent the entire lunch period every day asking him embarrassing questions and getting him to say yes or no at the wrong times. Like, do you poop? No.
He doesn't.
You want to bully Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, you could say it.
Oh, what
You could
kind
totally
of
say it.
poor, awful kid was a fucking bum enough, weak enough to let Sam bully him?
Right.
Until 7th grade came, when I guess we stopped talking to him, but he learned how to speak English. And I was walking out one day way after school with one of my friends, and he went up to my friend, who was also in my 5th grade class, and grabbed him by the neck and started strangling him, yelling, "I can speak English now."
Holy shit.
I was out the door.
Yeah, you can't take off. Can't bully that guy anymore.
You finally figured all that shit out.
I remember another one was Patrick Fullen. I've talked about Patrick Fullen.
Yeah, we know Patrick.
Patrick Fullen was a kid in school, and he was like a big fat kid. And it was in elementary school, so he just got beat on all the time. And we realized he made a really funny face when you punched him in the stomach. So he'd be up against the wall, like pinned against the wall, all scared, and everyone would just punch him in the stomach, and he'd make this face like, oh, like he was dry heaving or choking on something, and we'd all laugh, and then the next guy would punch him in the stomach, in his fat stomach.
That's why this bullying.
It's just the way it is.
That's the way it is, and that's the way it'll always be. But I think the difference is that we're raising a generation of fucking wimps.
Yeah.
So they
Can I beg your pardon for
take-
just a second?
Sure, certainly.
Not to turn this racial.
At least it wasn't me this time.
Black kids ain't killing themselves over that shit.
Right.
This
See?
This is an epidemic
Black
because white kids
kill
can't
each
fucking
other
survive
over nothing.
over nothing.
That's
yes.
right.
Because
if we step on, I got brand new sneakers on today. If
Yes.
you step on them, I'm gonna stab you.
You looked at me with disrespect.
We got no time. We got no time for fucking killing ourselves.
And bullying in the black community is just called robbery.
It's just
you're robbing someone. There's financial gain to it.
I go to World Star Hip Hop every day. There's a video every day of the entire project's fighting over something ridiculous.
Oh,
bitch, you stole my weave appointment, and his titties flying.
Yeah,
it's a beatdown happening every day in the projects, man.
Stole my weave appointment.
I would assume in the black community they're not raising wimps like they are in the white community.
They are raising wimps. It's just
there are wimpy kids out there that can't handle this shit.
There are some fucking
That's
wimps,
why
yeah.
maybe the suicide rate is up.
Stop
giving everyone a fucking trophy.
Yeah.
Stop fucking this. When I grew up, it's either you win or you're either first place or last. There's no second. You just lost.
Right. You just didn't want to be last.
You didn't want to be last, but
that was it, remember? But now it doesn't matter if it don't matter if you're last, Patrice.
Bullying.
Everyone gets a trophy.
My mother would point and laugh at me sometimes. Just point and laugh.
Yeah.
This is you're hilariously awful.
You're bad at that. You're not fucking good. There are more things you're gonna suck at than be good at. That's for sure.
I had a teacher that gave me an F minus. Because he said I might as well. Like, what's the difference?
He really wanted to make it hurt.
And my mother goes, "You got an F minus." Like, he made my life harder.
Yeah.
I go, Mom's like, and no one believed. Nowadays, I wish I lived in the times where teachers were accountable for doing fucked up things to students.
The kid would be the teacher would be fired.
I had a second grade teacher that beat us with the pointing stick. Like, it was me and this kid named Wesley. She would bring us into the closet, and the other kids would listen to us just get whacked.
Holy shit!
Whacked.
You could not possibly get away
They
with
beat the kids back then.
Yeah,
they beat kids back then.
And
the teachers
with impunity. They
no
could just,
suing. No uproar. Just beatings.
And the parents usually were like, "Well, what were you doing?
Yeah,
what were you
Robbed
doing
during
wrong?"
recess. It was brutal.
Yeah, and I think people bully a lot too because they know the kid's not going to hit back. You know what I mean? If you hit a kid back, he's gonna stop fucking bullying.
There was this.
Now you gonna teach your son pugilism?
I'm gonna get my kid in self-defense classes immediately.
MMA at fucking 4,
Whatever.
just choking out other 4-year-olds.
Whatever, man.
4-year-olds are tapping.
I wish I knew that shit in school just to have it on my side.
But you didn't get bullied because you had big family, right? It was the fucking Hugheses. They'll fuck you up.
No, I certainly got bullied. I was a small kid. Yeah, I got bullied.
And your brother looked like a fucking, like, he bit people when he fucking,
Yeah,
he didn't
Joe-
look like he was a sucker.
Joe didn't really get fucked with.
No, you just-
I didn't get fucked with that much, except I remember this one black kid, Keith Green.
Of course it was black.
Yeah, would come up and he knew I was a mark, so he would just be like, "Hey, yo, give me 50 cents. Give me 50 cents," and I'd have to take a couple of quarters out and pay this motherfucker off. And you know what? He never laid a hand on me. I didn't learn that if I didn't give him money, he'd beat me up. I just get right from the start started paying him.
Wow.
Well,
I knew
because
better.
there's nothing funnier than trying out different theories of standing up to a bully and he can fight really well. I'm gonna stand up to your fucking assault on my blah.
No, Keith Green, you're not getting 50 cents.
Did you have the kids in school that would tell you they knew karate and they were going to beat the shit out of you?
Oh, yeah, Asian kids were.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but I was at a.
I'm very scared of Asian kids fighting because I assume they all know.
I was at a roller rink. Remember that stupid roller rink on 25A heading into Northport?
Sure.
I was there, and I did something wrong to this one kid, and he basically told me, "Look, I know karate, and when this is over,
On roller skates, karate
he goes,
dummy.
No, but then he goes, when this is over, I'm going to beat the shit out of you outside.
You were quaking in your drawers?
Yeah, shaking, because we didn't have phones or nothing, so I just got to wait for my mom to fucking show up to pick me up. I was just a little fucker.
As soon as this all skate is done,
dude,
I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah, I was out of my mind because it was
couples only.
Yeah.
You're getting your ass fucking handed to you.
After green grass and high tides is over, we're going at it. That's for the roller
you're so
skating
lucky
queers
it's
out
couples
there.
only, motherfucker. Because I'd kick your ass if I wasn't going to be with my girl.
I was
holding hands and skating.
I was out of my mind with fear. He said it's going down after this whole thing's over.
Oh.
And then we go outside. There's no great end to the story. His mom showed up and he jumped in the car and said, "You're lucky."
He scared you.
He scared the shit out of me by just saying he knew karate. I'm like, I don't know how
in
to.
your little roller skates.
I can maybe wrestle the fucking kid. I don't know karate.
You ever had a I ain't gonna take this shit no more moment?
Yeah.
You just said fuck it?
There were these kids that used to get into this fucking Karate Kid like karate stance.
Right.
In the playground, if there would be a fight, the kid would get into that stance and win the fucking fight. Like the other kid would walk away.
Yeah, that was
Be
all you
like,
had to do.
all right, well, fuck you.
That's
fuck
what I'm
you,
getting
and walk
at.
away.
That's all you had to say was
like, all
you
you
knew
had to do
karate.
was like move your feet fast, put one hand up in front of you, and do this shit.
Right.
And you just
But
scared everybody.
self-defense now, or at least certain places, that's
Yeah.
just fighting is something you pay to watch.
Yeah.
Athletes do.
No, they
If a
use the
motherfucker
Indiana Jones solution with the guy with the big machete.
Yep, exactly.
That's
Some fucking guy
exactly
stands there. He's like, "I really did you
Yeah.
learn how to fight for no
Oh,
reason,
yeah.
motherfucker?
That's
How about
good.
punch this bullet?"
Let me say hi to Mike in New York real fast. Mike.
Hey.
Hey.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Anthony, you hit it right on the head. I told my 7-year-old daughter because she would come home and say, "Oh, so-and-so pushed me down today." And this happened like 3 or 4 times. I finally told her at the dinner table in front of my wife, I said, "You know what you do? You take this kid and you make sure everybody's watching and you punch him dead in the fucking face." I said, "Nobody will mess with you again." Okay? Because I did that in like middle school, which it's funny you bring up a roller skating rink. Because it all started at a roller skating rink. I was hitting on this guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, it shows my age, obviously, but fuck,
well-
that's where you socialized.
But he got pissed off, and he told me, "Oh, wait till Monday." Monday rolls around, we go outside, and he's pushing me around. But I didn't like the fight. He's pushing me around and all that, and finally the fucking switch went on, and I fucking...
Shut up, motherfucker. Give me your money.
Exactly. Give me your fucking money.
But I'm
Shut
telling
the
you.
fuck up and send your wallet in the mail, nigga.
But I'm telling you, he told his daughter to punch this person in the face, and she wasn't bullied anymore, right? But there's a culture in schools right now that you're not allowed to fucking touch another student, and that's why this bullying is happening.
Oh, but you're allowed to bully, though. That's
I know. So fucking punch the kid in the face.
You're not hearing
My kid will be a
anything
punch
about
a kid in the face type of kid. Yes.
You're not hearing anything
You sure
about
even during the expulsion, like you punch him in the fucking mouth will get you in another school or
Whatever.
school?
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck it.
Whatever. I'm not. I really don't want to raise a wimpy kid. I see it happening all over the fucking place, and I don't know how it's gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna get past it, but I don't want to raise a wimpy kid, man.
But are people teaching their kids to bully? Are people saying, go there and just terrorize other children?
I think the bullying is
I don't think that
happening.
happens.
If you want to have a serious, I think the bullying is happening because these bullies know nothing could happen
But it's
to them
always
in
happened.
return.
It's always fucking
Yeah,
happened.
but you're not going to change the psychology of a fucking human child.
Right.
There's many dynamics to a kid. One can be a fucking wimpy pussy. The other kid's going to go to school and for no reason whatsoever start bullying around other kids. It's part of fucking what they do.
But if you know there's no consequences, it's easier to bully a kid. If you know that kid's not going to fucking hit you back.
But there always was that consequence back in the day.
That's
or
what I'm saying.
They
That's
got
what-
hit or they didn't get hit.
You just took care of it
Yeah.
among
So how does it become a
yourselves.
movement where it gets like what happens where it's
A couple
like
of people kill themselves, and all of a sudden it becomes this thing like, oh, they were bullied. First of all, the gay kid that jumped off the bridge, it wasn't even a bullying incident. It was not a bullying incident.
He just wasn't
It
ready
was
to
a
come out the
prank.
closet, yeah.
Yeah, it was a prank
that went horribly
wrong.
We pull pranks like crazy pranks like that all the time. That one unfortunately went horribly wrong. It sucks.
They factored in psychological torment into the bullying thing.
Oh, is that bullying now? Is it
I
fucking
felt
mind
so bad
meld?
for that fucking kid.
Yeah.
But look, man, I shook a douchebag's hand yesterday at the Best Buy. He just tweets, "Hey, Patrice at Best Buy buying." I go, what if I just lied to my girl about where
shit.
like what I got a divorce. Like what the fuck you doing? Like I think it's just we don't have any. It's no common sense,
Right,
And
right.
there's no code. There's something. This is bitch's fault. It's something. There's no code to dudes for something. Like we do
Why would he
that.
do
We're
something like
just
that? Yeah,
yappy, kind of stop it, kind of. No one's scared
There's no guy
of getting
code.
punched in the fucking face. Like
Yeah.
a guy like Randy Couture, he has to live his life just as a professional. Has to fight other guys who go, look, this is what I do for a living. You do this, let's fight. But there's no consequence of getting your fucking head
Your ass
bashed
handed to
in
you for ratting
for being
somebody
a fucking
out,
asshole.
or telling everybody where you are. What the fuck is that about?
But that's what I'm saying. There's no.
Yeah.
It's like no one taught this dude to just be cool.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers is uncool. But it's opening your mouth with no consequence. There's the internet saying, hey, fuck you, douchebag, fucker.
Oh, you could be the
and
baddest
you block
ass,
them, but
yeah.
that's blocking is like should have been punching you in the mouth back then.
Yes, that's blocking somebody's text that came out of their mouth.
And it's just so arbitrary.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get a lot of fucking tough guys who aren't men of the streets. I mean, women don't deal with violence on a regular anyway. That's why they're always yapping. But dudes should at least have the threat of getting thrown through something.
Yeah, your
Thumbs
face
up.
punched.
All right, listen, here's part 2 of Madonna talking
Oh.
about bullying on Ellen DeGeneres.
More.
And like I said, this is all about Lady Gaga being really, really famous now. And Madonna needed some exposure.
Were you bullied as a kid, or did you feel different than other people when you were younger?
Yes, that's an understatement. I still feel different. Yeah, I mean, I can totally relate to the idea of feeling isolated and alienated.
I bet you she doesn't even have an example of bullying when she was growing up.
She has no fucking bullying
She was
stories.
different. She didn't fit in.
She wasn't different. She was just like every other fucking.
She was special.
But didn't you like being the different one in school? I didn't want to be like everyone else.
No, you didn't.
Nah.
Let's be honest.
You don't want to be.
Yeah.
You don't want to be different to the point where you're getting fucking made fun of. That's for sure.
If you had a sense of individual, you
I
lost.
like that, though.
Yeah.
That's why I flunked throughout school. I was just trying to be cool.
No, you had to be with with some kind of crowd. You had to be with some. It's like prison. You got to be with a gang.
That's why peer pressure. Peer pressure is more. Peer pressure is more of an issue than bullying.
Worse than bullying.
It's just being a whack fucker who doesn't.
It's not
who
your
doesn't
fucking
follow your
enemies.
own fucking
It's
path.
your friends.
Right.
It's not your enemies. It's your friends telling you to do something that'll fuck you up more than a bully will.
Yeah, man, make fun of you and you know.
Yeah.
And alienated. I was incredibly lonely as a child, as a teenager, and I have to say I never felt like I fit in at school. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't an intellectual. There was no group that I felt a part of. I just felt like a weirdo. And it wasn't until my ballet teacher, who was also...
Yeah.
She's going to ballet class.
We're supposed to feel sorry for young
Tortured
Madonna. This is what led her
Stop
to
it.
become the person she is today. She's pretty much a billionaire because she was different than everybody
In
else.
the locker room, I had my big hairy bush that was made fun of because it looked like sweater.
And no one would les out with me.
Yes.
But
Very
that
embarrassing.
was fucking what was supposed to be happening
Yes,
in school.
that's what happened.
There was natural Hollywood and natural fucking audience. There was the jocks. There was drug dealers. There was fucking Mick Peterson, the tough guy who wore a leather jacket and no one fucked with.
There were band fags and drama fags.
It was but I'm saying those. I'm naming the A crowd of people who the rest of the fucking school watched be Hollywood.
They were the celebrities, and it was like TMZ.
And you and the Madonnas of the world would have to sit back and fucking watch those people be Hollywood, but no comments. They just have to sit there and be fucking the B and the C and the D crowd and shut the fuck up while they watched the football guys get attention. The pretty girls got attention. Funny guys got attention, and fucking everyone else got nothing.
They were the audience.
And that was what it was supposed to fucking be. So the Lady Gagas who want all the other kids to be protected, they're going against the fucking code of how they got big. They used to watch how... There's some girl that Madonna used to watch and go, I want to be like fucking Cindy McGillicuddy. That's why she got big shoulders and she's in shape and she sings songs. She's copying some chick who was a star.
Yep.
She just made the move and
Back
Cindy
then.
didn't. Cindy's a fat cunt now and Madonna's... Because Cindy was the shit.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Not every fucking child should have an opportunity.
It's fucked up that school is supposed to be more so than teaching you the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic. It is supposed to be this thing that teaches you how to fit into to a society.
Survive.
Yeah, to survive.
Not even fit in, survive. Yeah.
Well, that's just it. There's going to be people during life in the working world that are bullies. Maybe they don't fucking come up and punch you in the face every day, but they fuck with you on a business level.
You're either a
every
zombie
day.
or the guy sleeping in the tank.
Here's the rest of the clip.
My ballet teacher, who was also gay, took me under his wing.
Was he?
And introduced me to a community of artists, of other unique individuals who told me that it was good and okay.
The ex-whores.
He introduced her to lesbo parties.
Yeah, she took me to the special school. Went to the special school ran by
Gay Professor X.
Javier fucking...
This is some after-school shit. She's talking about lesbo parties. What is she talking about?
Magneto is a bully. I don't like Magneto.
Mag panties. He has the power to make my clit show through my drawers.
Of other unique individuals who told me that it was good and okay to be different, who brought me to my first gay disco and ironically made me feel like I was a part of the world and that it was okay to be different. And I can't imagine young kids today going through their adolescent years not having somebody that they can talk to,
Take them to a
somebody
gay
that they
disco.
can have an affinity
Great.
with, that tells them
People should have been
and reassures
arrested.
them that it's okay to be who they are.
How great is that? That's kind of my point. Now, if you have a teacher that realizes, wow, there's some gay kids and stuff, I got to take them to a gay
Let me
disco.
take them to a gay
oh my
disco.
God, it would be so fucking in jail.
Uproar.
Right. That's what I'm getting at, though.
She had nothing, by the way.
No,
she had
just
nothing
needed-
there.
She had to talk
exposure.
about it.
She had to get on and talk about bullying without
with nary an example of any bullying that went on with her,
Has she
her
ever
daughter,
admitted that
or
she's
anybody.
gay or
No.
bisexual? That sounded like she was admitting she was gay.
No, she's a friend of the gay community.
Yeah, but she was hanging out at gay discos.
I mean, she might have gone to a gay... Who hasn't gone to a gay club? Oh. All right, well...
The freedom that gave... Why is she doing that?
Just a friend of the community.
All right, well, there you go. Enough about the bullying.
The gays have...
Let it be known, by the way, a lot of parents on the phones right now saying, yeah, my kid was bullied. I told him to hit the fucking kid. Guess what? My kid's not being bullied anymore.
Well, don't they think
There's a
there's...
bunch of them. We don't have time to go home.
Isn't there something to be said about positive reinforcement?
No.
Oh.
It's stupid. It doesn't work.
I told my girls-
We're fucking cavemen.
I told my girls could paint her because she's not getting bullied, but it's like she hangs out with the... She's a ostracizer because she's really pretty.
Oh, yeah?
She's tall, right? So she hangs out with the pretty and tall girls,
Yeah.
and they do a merry-go-round of who gets ostracized from the pretty crew that day. So she's just like, what am I going to do? I've been told to leave the crew because I'm the only one that doesn't have a fucking boyfriend. I said, you see how you paint your nails? Paint the middle one fucking a different color. And just stick it up right out. Just stick them up when they said he can't hang out. I said, fuck you, who are you?
Can't hang out with your fuck.
But I said it's your fault too. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not giving us some fucking... I'm saying you're an asshole too because there's people who really want to be around you and like you, but you treat them like shit because they're funny looking.
Yeah.
You don't have any ugly friends, so you're one of them too. You're a dirty, rotten piece of garbage like them.
Gotta get some ugly friends.
Yeah, there's a little fat girl that desperately wants to play dolly with you, you
There's
asshole.
been so many movies made of that subject. It's like, show one of those movies. See, that's your life. You're these cunty girls, and the fat girl there, you do the makeover on later and invite her in.
Oh, you've seen Mean Girls, have you?
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
Every one of them.
How about
Pretty in Pink?
How about the good-looking guy that dates Miss Fatface and then really falls in love at then? Really?
Yeah.
How about do the reality of that? Go,
Never happened. He fucks her, dumps her, and she kills herself.
She jumps in front of the train at fucking Linden Station at the fucking Jersey Transit.
That was that not believable fucking Queen Latifah movie where she falls in love with the basketball player. and they're in
what
love.
the fuck
that would
was
never
that?
fucking happen.
Carmen.
What was it called? I didn't see the movie, but I saw the trailer. I felt like I saw the
Bullshit.
movie. Because they give away the whole movie
man,
now.
what the fuck?
It was in and out of theaters, but all of a sudden she's an agent or something, and she's the basketball player gets hurt, I think, and she helps him get
Carmen
better.
is Carmen. Carmen would never go out with Latifah. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a Latifah fucking supporter. But he would never go, because that's not guys.
No, that's
Carmen
not
would
guys.
never. He goes out with fucking
supermodels.
No,
tiny little waist.
Serena. He'll fuck with Serena, but because she got
Serena
the
Williams.
Yeah, he fucks with her sometimes, but she got
That's
the
worse
greatest
than
ass
Latifah.
on planet. What did you just say?
Serena Williams?
Come on, man.
She's-
Stop. Don't even just say that with that kind of pride.
I'm not.
Serena Williams.
I'm not trying to be
Her
shocking.
grill is
Serena Williams is
dodgy.
Dude,
but
she way
has
too
the
intimidating.
body. Exactly. You fucking.
No, man.
You're
I
a
love
fucking
Serena
white boy.
Williams.
You're scared to death of that Amazon.
Oh, my God.
Of course you are. You probably wouldn't fuck
That is
Sandra
crazy.
Bergman from Conan the Barbarian.
Latifah.
That fucking hot bitch.
Latifah, a little easier than Serena.
A little softer. Come on, man. Stop playing.
Look at that.
Stop playing, man.
Here.
Did you just flip that to me as if what? I'm going to be shocked? Oh, you like that? Yeah. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good, Danny. All right, I was
Danny
nervous.
likes that.
Good
Danny's
boy,
totally
man.
into
Good
the,
fucking man, Danny.
Let me see
Into the ass
Latifah.
thing.
Maybe
What's the
I'm-
matter with you, man?
Maybe I'm making
I told you you had black fans on this show. You're losing them by the fucking thousands right now. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right. Okay, you know what?
Come on.
Why do y'all always show fucking moose.com? Why don't you show when she fucking got her girdle on, you pieces of shit?
All right, you know what? Every picture that comes up, you just shut me down, Patrice. You just shut me down.
She looks like, what's his name? The janitor from Good Times. Fucking Bookman.
Dude,
There you go.
It's not even close.
Oh,
Serena
God.
Williams over Latifah.
Serena,
I have to
I
be-
mean,
I made a mistake.
Her grill,
I made a mistake.
her grill is not the greatest in the world, but that body, man, everybody's
Well,
killing
why don't
their,
you put
their brother.
Latifah's face on her body?
Then you got fucking
you got
glory,
something, right?
You got glory, yeah.
Hey, what is this? What is this?
Latifah,
What is this that you gave me as we go to break here?
Well, I was also going to say, Brett Ratner's been romantically linked to Serena Williams.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah?
That's good fucking interesting.
He's going to be in studio today.
But Brett Ratner used to direct black music videos, so
Yes.
he probably...
He knows that world.
He knows that
well,
world.
We're going to talk to Brett Ratner next, but the new movie Skyline. What's this bumbling thing?
It's a Bumbling Oaf's interpretation of the Situations book. It's a new production piece.
Oh. Like a little book on tape thing?
Yeah, but then also with an interpretation.
With an interpretation?
Yes.
All right, let's check this out. Big Mama Prod's in studio today. Patrice O'Neal.
Just pictures this arena.
Presenting an interpretation of the book, Here's the Situation, by Mike, the Situation Sorrentino, as done by a Bumbling Oaf.
Here is what Mike, the Situation Sorrentino, wrote about music at the gymnasium. My preference is hard rock and hard rap. When I'm pushing my body hard at the gym, the style of music gets me amped up and helps me sustain workouts for as long as I need. And yeah, sometimes I get so fired up listening to tunes that I'll throw a couple of fist pumps into my treadmill routine. That's called cross-training. Well, why don't you cross-dress and let somebody fist pump your ass?
That was a Bumbling Oaf's interpretation of Mike, the Situation Sorrentino's Here's the Situation for The Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Patrice O'Neal in studio, talking about the McRibs during the break.
Yes, of course.
Patrice had a battle on his hands yesterday. He wanted 2 McRibs, right?
Oh, I fucking won, though. I won.
You won out? You
won.
didn't get it?
I'm so proud of myself.
This time.
I won that time, boy, but that McRib was calling me. I don't know why.
Boy, the McDonald's commercials really are catering to the black man when it comes to the McRib, too.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's like they threw in one white guy and one Asian, I noticed. He's just like, the white guy's like, oh, McRib, and the Asian guy's eating it. But they show like 20 black people just going, oh, damn!
And then the last one is just a big black dude.
This guy is licking his finger, he's licking up to his wrist. His whole hand is in his mouth.
I said, I'm a fucking
Hey, Brett Ratner in studio.
doing,
We're
Brett?
talking about the McRibs real fast.
McRibs.
And it's not meat.
What is it, though?
It's just some delicious
They ought to do a how
meat
it's
substitute.
made. You know that show How It's Made? They ought to do it on the McRib. I'd love to see.
There's got to be info on the internet.
Because you know someone's not at McDonald's, wherever they get the food, slicing pork loin, and fucking delicately cooking it. That is a molded piece of liquefied pork product with like packing peanuts mixed into an auger.
And it's a stamp. They're just stamping those things out
in a tool and
to make it
dye,
look like a rib.
like they make car parts.
Yeah.
They're just fucking stamping that shit out, and then they cover it with deliciousness
Brett's face, he don't give a
barbecue
fuck about
sauce.
this at
Brett's
all.
like,
He just
I haven't
knows.
been at McDonald's since I was 12 years old.
Good
to see you again, man, Brett.
Brett Ratner, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear
God.
nothing? You all right,
What the
man?
hell? The headphones pull out or something?
Oh, there you go. Good.
There it
Ooh,
is.
that sounds
Yeah,
good.
now you can hear all the good shit that's going on in here today.
I'm a McDonald's French fries guy.
Oh, the fries? Yeah?
Yeah, but I love Burger King for breakfast.
For breakfast? Wow, that's fucked up. Can't imagine that
Wait,
shit.
sandwich.
Wait, Patrice looked at him like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
I don't even know what that meant.
McDonald's has nothing that competes. Matter of fact,
about the
Burger
Egg
King
McMuffin?
has a new McMuffin, but they call it the Berg Muffin, and it's delicious.
Berg Muffin, what a
much,
ripoff.
much better done than
I
the
thought you were
Egg
eating
McMuffin.
better.
No, this is from years of bad food, nigga.
All right.
It's like a junkie knowing the best heroin.
My favorite burger of all of them is Wendy's, I gotta say.
Yeah, the Wendy's burger.
That
is-
I know that.
You know what, though?
No onions, though.
You've dealt with black people your fucking half your life.
Yeah.
That's why. Black people, Wendy's.
My whole life.
Wendy's is a good shit.
And if you're in a pinch, Burger King is decent too.
Then how come McDonald's is like, their commercials completely cater to black people?
Because they're trying to get black people to buy. Black
But
people
they
ain't
do a
super
good job, I
McDonald's,
think. I really think black people go to McDonald's
man.
a lot
Nah,
more.
man, we fuck with Wendy's.
Yeah.
And we fuck with Burger King. There's no Wendy's around.
Yeah, so they're trying to get some customers away from those two places. That's why
By doing
McDonald's
jazzy
commercials.
McDonald's
Oh,
commercials.
McDonald's just play the jazz music and things like that. Come in for the McRib sandwich. The guy with the jazzy voice. McDonald's.
Brett Ratner's like, I got up early for this horse shit. We're talking about fast food.
And it's a car full of
Instead of
black
my
people.
movie?
Yeah. It's a car full of black people and the kids are well behaved. If you're good, you can. Man.
Do black people like aliens?
Oh, yeah, I think
the movie Aliens.
No, just aliens.
Aliens
In general, do we believe in aliens?
No, do you like movies with aliens in it?
You know what? Yes, I would imagine. Of course. I don't think that's fringe.
And look how
Skyline.
And look, now we're talking about Skyline.
Exactly.
Oh, you directed Skyline?
No, I produced it.
You produced Skyline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid from he was in the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
But then he fucking, I was nervous about him for a second.
It's not about him though. It's about the aliens.
It's about the aliens but he's in it. He has a recognizable face.
Yeah. He's the human in it.
The human.
Well, there's a lot of them, right?
A few humans, but the aliens there's a lot of aliens.
We were talking about the CGI, man. It looks amazing.
The trailers
It's
for this
just
movie are
looks
ridiculous.
Crazy.
Now, what are these guys doing, these aliens? I'm trying to figure this movie out.
Well, I'll tell you, they're invading the Earth.
They're very angry.
They're pissed off.
Why are you being coy about it? The fuck is it top secret? I want to know. What are they doing?
People to see the movie.
Yeah. Wait a minute, though. But I'm talking about what you see. You see the guys go, don't look at him in the face. This is shit I already know from the trailer. Don't look at him in the face.
Let me ask you a question. You're driving down the street. There's an accident on the side of the road. Ambulances. Is there one person that's not going to go, oh, my God, look at that over there? Everybody's going to look.
I don't look. I look at the guy in front of me, and if I see brake lights, I get on my horn. I'm like, move, you son of a...
Most people are going to look, so these aliens are out there. They're coming.
Now, may I ask, is it it's an attack movie, or is it a kidnapping movie?
It's an attack movie.
It's an attack and a kidnapping.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Really? And you found Dan Rather, which is weird.
Yeah.
There he is, right there.
Hey, look at that.
Good old Dan Rather doing the news reports for Skyline. Yeah,
it's a great look, and it's giving me that feeling
amazing.
that Independence Day gave me back in the day when I saw the trailer.
Except this was done independently, like literally these two guys called the Brothers Strauss. I wish I had the Brothers Ratner so I could put some of the blame on my brother.
The Matrix guys?
No, it's the guys who directed Alien vs. Predator.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, okay.
And they're visual effects gurus, and I met them because they did X-Men: The Last Stand for me.
It is ridiculous, the visual effects.
And they did Benjamin Button. They're incredible. And these guys did this all on their computer. Like, literally, they shot this movie, like, in 20-something days with no money in their own apartment. There were no trailers. I swear to God, this is their building where they live. The whole movie takes place in that building. All of a sudden, they brought out the goods. I mean, these guys, when I saw, they're really good friends.
It is amazing what you
It's mind-blowing.
It is. It looks like a big budget film.
And it costs nothing.
How much is nothing?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
All in?
Yeah.
$10 million.
Jesus
the movie
Christ.
looks like
And
it cost $150 million.
Oh, yeah, sure does.
It's
was that it, Danny? That's the only thing out?
How excited are you, Brett?
I can't.
You're going to make a shitload off this.
I'm happy just to be a part of it. I got jealous. I was about to direct Superman years ago.
Right.
J.J. Abrams wrote it for me. He was like my writer. All of a sudden, he's directing Mission Impossible. He's got all these big movies. I'm like, damn, I've been sleeping? I was spoiled with Rush Hour with Chris Tucker. Him and I were
the Brandon Roth Superman you was going to do?
No. Yeah,
before that. I know what that was supposed to be that one.
And
this is all on a computer.
It's unbelievable. With these guys, I'm not kidding, are geniuses. I mean, they did they did Avatar. I mean, visual effects stuff like that. These guys are brilliant. And actually, their first movie, I think, was with Jim Cameron when they were like 19 years old. They're basically computer geeks, but they're brilliant.
Why not in 3D, sir?
Oh, come on.
3D's taking over the world.
I think the sequel will probably be 3D. We didn't have the money for 3D on this one.
You can tell they're really good with Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
That seems to be what they use for the visual effects.
Okay. But what's cool is, the visual effects are mind-blowing, but it's a great story. It's a character-driven film, and I think it's a movie that you go in there, and I don't think you even... I mean, the story matters, obviously. We're there to watch a story and to care about the characters, but you're going to be blown away watching them. The visual effects are mind-blowing. I mean, literally mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like it's happening around the world. I mean, these guys are like, and I'm watching the footage as they're shooting, and I'm going, God, not imagining what it's going to be. I know, the design and the creature and everything, and then all of a sudden, these guys are visionaries. I mean,
there's something else going on here. There's the aliens, which is great. The machines, the friggin'
Black Scrubs.
But then there's something else going. Black Scrubs. Then there's something else going on with the. If you look at this thing, something happens to you.
The thing is, I think honestly, what this film's going to do more than anything, whether it's the biggest hit in the world or not, what it's going to do is really change the model. every movie studio is going to change their way of making movies because they're not going to say, why do we need to spend $250 million to make an event movie?
Yeah.
These kids made it for $10 million. And look at this shit. I mean, it looks like it's a $100 million movie, which blew me away. Yeah, I'm just happy to be on the bandwagon.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's something fucked up happening because the Statue of Liberty's panties are showing in. Anytime the Statue of Liberty's fucking drawers is...
Yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah, she got a fucking tampon on. It's
basically the premise is mass abduction on a global scale. That's what it is. On a global scale, these aliens are coming in. You look into the light, you get sucked into the spaceship. You just look up. And it's calling you. People by masses are just going out in the street. They're going out in the street, and all of a sudden you look up, and that shit sucks you up, and I'm telling you, it's gonna freak people out.
See, I didn't know what to ask. I mean, I don't know what the secret now. Are we food? Are they populating their planet?
Don't tell me.
I don't want to ruin it.
I don't want to know.
I thought that might have ruined it just now.
Listen, the film.
You can kind of see they're sucking people up.
The film deals with the end of the earth, but I'm telling you, they're not just killing you. So that's what's going to freak you out. They're not just killing you.
Is it an hour, 50, 2 hours?
It's 62 minutes. No, I'm fucking with you.
Well, they're going, wait a minute.
You're going to leave the theater wanting more.
Wait a minute. 62.
I like Brad.
The thing is, I make kind of reality-based, kind of action comedies, most of them. And I've done Red Dragon, the prequel to Silence of the Lambs. I've done, Family Man. I did, but most of my stuff is kind of, X-Men, kind of reality. I mean, the truth is, this movie is an alien movie, but you buy it. I mean, that's the thing that's going to scare the shit out of you. That's why I said we got to get somebody like Dan Rather, somebody that is going to be a voice that's going to say, because Steve Hawking's is saying, Steve Hawking's, this guy, right? The guy he's like, aliens are coming. And there's people in America that really, really believe this.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you.
Just see the body.
No, I'm telling you. This isn't a Scientology shit. I mean, people are saying that it's coming. And this movie just kind of is like everyone's fears. Like, what would you do? Basically, this is dealing with what would you do if aliens came? How would you deal with what would you do? You're in this building.
You get rape.
Just
hide. I got to be honest. I'd get a bunch of guns and just commit a lot of horrible sexual crimes.
Knowing the laws are going to change drastically by tomorrow.
The law's very, very busy
right
at that point, so I think I get away with it.
But you can't just say the aliens are coming. What's their proof? Why are they saying that?
No, I'm just saying scientists, people. I mean, if you look, that report, by the way, that Dan Rather report. And I'm telling you right now, the Dan Rather report was a real report with another journalist that we couldn't license, that we couldn't use, and we went verbatim. The Stephen Hawking's thing about Stephen Hawking saying that the aliens are coming, blah, 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 that is a real report that we recreated. I mean, there's, look on the internet. I mean, it's like the most talked about shit in the world. I mean, and that's why these films, are really working.
I don't believe in aliens at all.
You don't believe in aliens?
No,
I believe.
Well, just like ghosts. I don't believe in things that tease you, and they don't do that. Like
do that.
I believe
shit.
in that. If that happens, I don't believe in peeking around.
Maybe they don't have a reason to do that yet.
Their reasoning,
whatever
they're
their
fucking
reasoning
hiding behind clouds. And they're still studying. We shit every day and die every day.
Yeah, I don't know if they're hiding
They're
behind
trying
clouds.
to figure it out. I don't believe it.
I believe there's aliens out there. I'm not sure about the whole UFO thing.
I believe there's life somewhere in the spooka system, and they don't know us either. They're walking around except for their fucking noses is on their forehead, and they're fucking shopping at the alien Whole Foods. That's what the fuck they're doing.
And they got the same
bunch
problems
of douchebags.
What if they look like you and me, though?
They do. It was probably fuck them. You know what? I bet they probably do look like us.
Yeah.
Because they're going by the same.
If they're going by the same
things that the universe is going by,
the same rules of the universe.
The same rules of the universe. So it's probably the same shit, except maybe different sun.
Slight variation.
I can believe there's a Krypton out there, but Superman will die.
You think there's
here?
You think there's blacks on other? On other
there's
planets?
different colors. There's niggas. I don't know if there's blacks,
See, I can't
but
say
there's
that.
a fucking green and orange motherfucker who get fucked over and fucking.
They're called giggers?
On Sloufon 5, nigga.
You're talking about like that. See, you're talking like they really exist. So you start to believe it.
No, I believe
he believes in other life forms, but that's what an alien is.
But I don't believe in that they're here. They didn't build the pyramids. They didn't do nothing special.
Who built the damn pyramids?
Some fucking
Egyptians.
Goddamn,
Yeah, who built
Yul
the
Brynner.
pyramids?
Yul Brynner.
He built them.
What about those ancient landing strips?
With the signs?
You don't think they are either?
The lines. What
the
the
lines
lines
and
in
shit
the,
where
in
they're
the
saying that's
mountains?
Old man with a great lawnmower that's doing fucking.
Not that. I'm talking about the stuff that is carved into the rocks and shit,
those
right?
things. They're only like a quarter of an inch deep. They're visible from airplanes.
Why are there landing strips when alien ships can just go and do
down
that?
Where's that one? Where's that?
So they had a fucking Mayan with two flags.
Look, that's an ancient.
Just stop.
Yeah, there's ancient airstrips. Some of them are in Peru.
Yeah, man.
what
Why
are the things in,
why are they in Peru like
What are
that?
those? How about the sculpture, the faces? What are they called? The
the Sphinx or
no. The,
on Mars?
No,
I know
Easter Island?
Easter, yeah.
Yeah, the heads on Easter
I
Island.
believe that people had a lot of time, dude, with sticks and forks, and they carved heads.
They just carved
crazy.
stuff.
They
Yeah,
didn't
how
have
the fuck
cranes.
do they make that?
With fucking
People-
you think
they're-
aliens did that and left them there?
Yeah, why not?
Here's my thing.
Why not?
I could believe it, but I don't like all this playing around. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the playing around. That's my problem. It's like the aliens are these supernatural things that are watching us and gathering information and abducting us, but they're playing around.
Land in Central Park, motherfucker.
Yeah, like stop playing.
Get out, start
What
shooting
are you
people
gonna
with ray
do if
guns.
they start landing? What the hell?
I fucking cry like everybody else is gonna cry.
You're gonna become a little bitch.
I'm gonna cry exactly. I'm gonna fucking whine and have them fucking,
I like this guy right here.
Hopefully they want to eat fucking white people.
Look, that's a real alien. The Ack alien.
Like this is why the kind of movies that you're doing, Skyline gets
in theaters tomorrow.
It's visceral to me. Like I said, when I saw Independence Day the first, or that visceral feeling when you see the giant tidal wave that's in every end of the world. That.
Like, ooh.
Well, this is the end of the world
Fucks me up.
movie, but
that for those. So I'm
they're
interested in
kidnapping
Skyline.
people too. So don't be scared if you're sitting in Magic. Is there a Magic Johnson Theater in New York?
Harlem.
People are gonna be screaming at the screen.
Uptown.
Run, motherfucker, run!
So you're putting your reputation on this movie there, Brett?
I love the movie. I
love
think
the movie
I think it's
Skyline.
more. It's more than just loving the movie. I really think it's when I love young filmmakers, guys are up and coming that are smarter than me, better than me, going to the next level, like JJ did with his movies that he's directing. These two young guys are really young. I mean, to me, I'm an old man now, but these guys are kids. And I did my first movie when I was 26. These guys are probably 30 right now, and they're blowing my mind. It's like they grew up, watching my movies, and I'm now learning from them, which is incredible.
Talking about like J.J. Abrams and stuff, I could still I've watched that Star Trek movie 20 times, and I can watch
I got
it
it on my
again.
iPod. I gotta watch it. It's supposed to be
man.
fantastic.
I'm not a Star Trek fan either. and I
It's
love
one
that
of the
movie.
best movies as far as taking a subject that's been beaten to death. Star Trek. I mean, how many fucking movies have they made and everything? And
But that's what I'm saying,
series, and then
reinventing
making
shit.
it completely new. And
But that's what I
different.
love. This, thinking outside the box and not worrying about what other people did in the past. That's what I love.
Right.
That it's like I love seeing people pass me up. I'm not one of those guys. Fuck those young motherfuckers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm the man. I really believe that the next generation is just keeps getting better, right? Like the guys who did it before you.
$10 million
I wish I had a
movie
chance
that's
to be in
gonna
the
probably
next
fucking make
generation.
$40 million on
These
the
are
first
the
night.
these are the guys that have like Brett and J.J. Abrams and a couple other guys are the guys. I remember I had a meeting. I said, man, one day I want to be like what's the big boy?
Howard Stern?
The big boy, big boy,
Lucas,
the producer.
Spielberg.
Oh,
Nah, he's in your genre. His partner died.
Oh, Jerry Bruckheimer.
I said Bruckheimer. I said, man, I would love to produce something and then like just shoot him off like Bruckheimer. The guy laughed in my fucking face. But JJ, stop, Brett. JJ Abrams, yeah, he looked away and shit. He was, you can do it. That's like them fucking aliens. A fucking nigga Bruckheimer ain't gonna happen. But you see, Ratner and JJ are the guys. You can see the guys that are coming up to like be the new Bruckheimers that are in there, and JJ's in there, like like that. And I always wondered how does a guy like JJ Abrams get to be the Star Trek guy? Or how does Peter Jackson get to be the fucking Hobbit guy?
You know what it is? It's just guys come up and they move out of the way, and you never, it's like the guys, when I was doing, I remember before me, when I was doing music videos, Hype Williams was doing videos before me, and he was the hot shit. And then all of a sudden, I started coming up, and then all of a sudden, when I went on to do movies, Paul Hunter, I remember, came to see me. He was like, God, I'm only doing these $10,000, $20,000 music videos. How am I going to get to do this guy's? Then he became the next guy. So there's always the next guy.
No, but I
coming
mean
up.
literally.
Yeah,
these guys get their fucking hands on King Kong. Like, how do you get your hands on the product?
Well,
Meaning not how do you direct it, but how do you
on a huge franchise?
You know what it is?
How do you go? I own this shit. I'm fucking the King Kong guy now.
I knew I'd be making movies. I never dreamed I'd be making movies as big as I was. You know what I mean? I never thought, God, I'd be making a movie like Rush Hour, X-Men, or $200 million movie. I never thought, because when I was a kid, I remember seeing Batman and going, oh my God, never dreamed I'd make a movie as big as that. And then I do X-Men, it's bigger than that. It's, I don't think I think you just gotta, I don't want to be corny or anything, but you gotta believe in yourself and your time.
No, it's the wrong. I think I'm being literal.
Well,
not how do you make, but J.J. Abrams got his hands.
You got to have the talent. But
on
then you
Star Trek.
Peter Jackson's a prime example.
How do you get your hands on
went
Star
from
Trek?
Directing movies that were, all right, they're these cheesy horror movies, and then he gets one of the biggest franchises in history and does an amazing job with it.
Well, he was passionate about it. He had a point of view. He had an idea. He got in the door because I think what it is it's passion, tenacity, persistence. I don't give up.
But if you look at his earlier movies, right before
there's no
he
rhyme.
did
If you looked at
Lord
my
of the
student
Rings.
films, you'd be like, this guy's never going to make it in a million years.
Why would they hand him Lord of the Rings, for God's sake?
People learn, they grow, they focus, they get, it's not only, it's look, I think it's a lot of luck too, but luck is when opportunity meets preparation. I got an opportunity, I was prepared. I got offered movies before I did Rush Hour, but I didn't want to do them because I said, I'm going to fuck this up. I'm not ready. So I went and did, I said, I'm going to do 100 music videos before I do one movie. That was my strategy. Then I do that and I'm like, you know what? I'm ready now. I did Money Talks.
Money Talks is great.
Yeah, that was my first movie.
Matter of fact, that goddamn Chris, that was... Even though I think his best acting job was Fifth Element, to be honest. But
you didn't understand
he's
what the fuck
great
he was saying in Fifth Element.
Fucking made me laugh.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Corbin, I can't do this, Corbin. I can't do this, Corbin.
What was your biggest music video? Would you say?
God, Madonna. I did all the Mariah Carey. I won Video of the Year for Madonna, Beautiful Stranger with Austin Powers. Remember that one?
Sure.
Yeah, the one with Austin Powers. But look, opportunities came. And I grabbed it. I said, you know what happened with Chris Tucker? I saw Chris Tucker doing stand-up on the Def Comedy Jam. Russell would send me to go see the black comedians. And out of all of them, the funniest one was Chris Tucker. And I went up to him, I said, hey man, I'm an up-and-coming, I'm a music video director. I want you to be in my Heavy D video, Nothing But Love. I got Nothing But Love.
Was that fucking... And talent was in that.
Yes.
You put talent in
I
there.
saw Talent and Chris Tucker doing stand-up, and I said, you guys, I want to put you in the video. Chris was like, how much money you got, man?
That seemed like yesterday.
I said, I only got $500.
And Chris Tucker, quite frankly, the Def Jam, when it was big, voted greatest bit of all time on Def Jam, history of Def Jam.
What, Chris
Bernie
Tucker?
Mac was second.
Oh, Bernie Mac? Chris Tucker, right?
Chris Tucker, Michael Jackson as a pimp.
Yeah,
greatest stand-up bit on Def Jam.
But I saw him rehearse. I saw him, audition. And I went to him and I said, I got $500. He goes, I need 1,000. I go, I don't have it. He goes, can I keep the wardrobe? And so I gave him $500, gave him the wardrobe. He did the video, became the biggest video on MTV. It was the first time like urban rap videos were, because remember it was all rock and roll on MTV. Yeah. He does the video, blows up, okay? 3 months later, I'm starting to direct big videos from D'Angelo, Madonna, Mariah. All of a sudden, I just thought of it. I said, you know what? He was so good in the video. I sent him a check for $500, and I guess he got it when he really needed it. And I had not seen him again. He went on to do Friday and blew the fuck up. Then he goes and does Dead Presidents. He got paid $15,000 to do Friday. Okay. Then he got $25,000 to star in Dead Presidents.
Jesus. Then Money Talks.
And then the head of New Line.
Did he hire you?
Yes.
Chris Tucker hired you? Okay.
Then New Line Cinema calls him up and says, we want you to do this movie, Money Talks. He does it. He's about to do it. They got some big commercial director. I don't remember the guy's name. And the guy goes to the head of the studio a week before they're supposed to start shooting. He said, "This guy Chris Tucker, man, he's only improvising. He doesn't want to say the lines on the page." He goes, "What are you saying?" He goes, "Let's fire him because I can't control him." Now, if a director can't control the actors, you have no right being the director. The head of the studio says to the guy, "You're fired." Fires the guy, calls him. Chris Tucker goes, "What are we going to do? We don't have a director. We got to start shooting." In 1 week, goes, "I remember this cool white boy, Brett Ratner."
Jesus.
Calls me in. They hire me. A week later, I'm shooting my first movie. Now look at that. Now,
that's a little luck, obviously, but you were prepared.
But also, I was prepared. But it was also that fact that look, I
did the right thing by Chris Tucker.
Meaning, I took care of him. I didn't give him the $5 because I thought he was going to become a big movie star and just hire me one day. I just said, you know what? He did right by me. I got 10 more videos after that. I was a selfless guy. I said, you know what? I'm going to hook this guy up because he needed the money. I knew he needed the money, and then he blew up, and that's how it is. I'm saying, remember the people on the way up, because if not, you're going to see him back on the way down. That's a good lesson.
Ralph Cramden said.
Yeah.
And doing this radio show.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I need help. I want to make a remake, and I'm dead serious.
Which one?
I need to remake The Warriors.
Oh, yeah?
I think they've been working on that for years.
Yeah, this guy's going to fuck it up, whoever's doing it.
Who's remaking The Warriors?
Trying to get a script.
They'll make it PC or something.
No, he wants to do it in Los Angeles. The person.
No, you got to do it in New York.
But he's not doing it in
New York. Isn't the New York
What's the guy's name?
I understand that.
But it's not the same New York it used to be.
Peter Jackson.
No.
Oh shit.
He wants to do it through Los Angeles, man. I need it. I'm gonna buy it from him. I want to get it. Help me get it, Brett. I already got it. Rock cast as Cyrus.
Cyrus?
Oh, really? That's a good idea.
The Rock is cast as Cyrus. I already got the fucking movie in my head.
In my Superman, Chris Rock was Jimmy Olsen.
Oh shit!
I had I said Chris Rock is Jimmy Olsen. I had a whole spin on it.
How's he gonna hold the camera with his fingers all twisted up?
But by the way, you know I'm shooting a movie in New York City. I'm here for like 6 months, right?
What movie you shooting? Oh, I seen.
You didn't know that? I'm shooting a movie called Tower Heist. Been working on it for 3.5 years. It's a movie that
big names is in it.
Eddie Murphy brought me the idea. Okay, and it's Eddie Murphy and Ben Stiller together. And basically, it's a bunch of blue-collar guys working in a building in New York City, like the Trump, some of these big high-rise buildings. And all of a sudden, this guy, like a Bernie Madoff guy, lives in the penthouse of the building. And he does a Ponzi scheme, and he loses all the employees' pension fund. So he gets put under house arrest. So imagine he's under house arrest in the penthouse, and he's lost everybody's life savings. So the doorman, the elevator guy, the guy who works in the garage, the guy loses all their money. And and all of a sudden he's under house arrest. And Ben Stiller, who's like the manager of the building, finds out that he's hiding $20 million in his apartment. So they got to break into the apartment while the Bernie Madoff character is in the apartment 24 hours a day under house arrest. There's 2 FBI agents sitting outside the front door. And it's only one door in, and it's during the Thanksgiving Day parade when there's 10,000 cops on the street below, and they got to get in that apartment and steal the $20 million. It's crazy.
Matthew Broderick's in this movie too,
Matthew
right?
Broderick plays the tenant who's they're foreclosing because there's fucked up times in the building. Who helps with the heist? I got Gabby from Precious. I got Precious in it.
Who she play? The building?
She's playing the house.
Holy shit!
Yo, you can't go there, man.
Look at it! He looking me up and down. Who's talking, fat man? That don't mean my eyes are broke, nigga.
He's about to say that you could be a stand-in for Precious if she's sick one day.
Damn.
If Precious is sick one day,
the 12th floor.
Patrice is gonna get the call. Look, he's like, "Help me, get me out of here."
But she's great. She's playing one of the housekeepers who's an expert. See, the thing about this ain't like Ocean's 11, okay? These guys aren't professional thieves. They're regular blue-collar guys. They're underdogs. And they've been saying, we've been scoping out this building for 11 years and we haven't even known it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
because they've been
Who's the
working
Bernie Madoff guy?
Right.
Alan Alda. I got Casey Affleck in it. I got Casey Affleck. I got Eddie Murphy, Ben Stiller, who together, those are two big. Those
I just
guys.
saw that shit.
And by the way,
awesome.
this is an edgy part for Eddie Murphy. This is going back to what he did back in the day when he did Beverly Hills Cop.
Is he still in the mood to do that shit?
Oh, hell yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, we got to get them out of here.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get Brett out of here.
Tony Scott.
That's who's doing the Warriors.
Brett. Yes, man.
So you got a busy day. We wanted to ask you about Bush, too. Maybe next time. You took a plane with Bush.
I did?
That's what Norton's saying.
Norton's lying.
Edward Norton?
Jimmy Norton.
Jimmy Norton.
All right. Maybe
That I
not.
took a plane with George Bush?
Yeah.
No. I had
Air
dinner
Force One.
Oh wow, Norton set us up bad.
No, with his father. I was with his father.
Okay, maybe for next time.
And
Yeah,
who's spreading rumors about Serena Williams?
That was my girlfriend.
You used to go out with Serena.
Yeah.
Delicious.
You're impressed?
Patrice loves
Serena. 2 years. That was my girl.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I did Prison Break. You know, I created that show Prison Break. Right? I literally had to go to prisons just because we were doing research. And all of a sudden, when I go into the main cell block, people are like, yo, Ratner, yo, Brett, yo, Brett. And I'm like, how the fuck? God, they watch a lot of Rush Hour in here. And I realized it was because I literally went and started getting closer, and I went in and looked in every cell. I don't want to get spit on and had shit thrown at me. But I was literally walking up to every cell block, and I was shocked. I thought there'd be a picture of Halle Berry, Beyonce. Every single cell had a picture of Serena in that cat.
You packing Major Wood, huh?
No.
For you to fucking, because he wasn't afraid like some white guys. Just
you know what's
fucking. He's got
funny?
mega wood. That's why I fuck with black people, man.
Let me tell you.
God damn it! What you packing, a 9?
Let me tell you something.
That was fearless.
Let me tell you something crazy. Every two demos came to me, approached me when I was dating her. Every white guy, okay, Colin Farrell, everybody. Tell me what that's like. Because normally, everyone's like, yo, what is it? Because they're intimidated. I mean, she's
scary.
Scary,
man.
I mean, she's bigger than me, you know, by a lot. And more muscular, right? And
but you introduced her to cunnilingus because them motherfuckers from Compton, they don't eat pussy. He went down, and she's like, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
And then the other one was black girls just started coming up on me.
Because
they were like,
you're taking care of her.
But then I started getting heckled at the tennis matches. I'm like, what you doing with my sister, man? You know, people getting pissed off.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, man.
Black guys are
you know who
probably
introduced
like,
me? Michael Jackson introduced me to Serena.
Really?
Michael was staying in my house in Miami for about 3 months, and there was a doorbell ring, and it was Serena. I'm like, and we walk in, she's like, I'm here to see Michael, and I'm like, oh. So he came in, I'm like, hi.
How do you make that move?
Because he came in with fucking little dude confident like this motherfucker, because nobody comes at her like that.
Her.
He fucking looked up at her and go, you know what I'll do to you? And she
lost it, right?
Lost it.
It's not that. I had to
stop fucking.
I had to be her friend first for a long time.
Oh, you went friend zone.
Well, no, I didn't know. I didn't even. But this is what happened. I made one move, and she said, "If you're the last man on earth, Brett, I'm looking me dead in the eye, dead serious, and it ain't ever gonna happen. So don't even try it." When someone says that to me,
it's a challenge.
I'm going after that.
Yeah. Damn.
I like when a girl says that.
And
to
he
me.
went right down on that fucking beady cooch hair. Oh, Brett had munched his way to glory. Fuck, I'm jealous, you motherfucker. He munched his way to goddamn glory.
We could talk to you all day, Brett.
Damn, man.
Son of a bitch.
I love hanging out with you guys. Thanks for having me. Really, I think people need to see this movie.
Skyline tomorrow, yeah.
Skyline, go see it, because if you love aliens, if you love going to a movie and getting scared to death and being terrified and having fun in the movie, but more so if you want to see something that is, like when I was a kid and I saw Star Wars, and I'm not comparing to Star Wars.
Right.
There was a defining moment because I was like, God damn, look what they're doing. Technologically, these guys are going to a whole other level.
Yeah, we were just talking about how amazing it.
When's it coming out?
Tomorrow, man.
It's tomorrow.
You better buy your ticket online.
I'm fucking retired for about 2-3 months. I'm going to go tomorrow.
You got to go tomorrow.
Just mellowing out.
Yeah,
get all your friends and just
done
do
for
it.
a while.
I'm going tomorrow.
Go with a group of.
I'm actually going to spend money on this motherfucker.
All right,
no
man.
bootleg. Ladies and gentlemen, no bootleg. We're spending money on Brett Ratner. This is for Serena. Not for Brett. We got it from
the bootlegs.
No Harlem bootlegs. We're going to see that fucking Skyline.
I'm looking for a girl, so if you got a girl from all you single ladies out there, I'm looking to settle down. She
might have a weave and fucking hair. You're getting big enough to date white women now. You fucking forget all of that shit.
But I like a big ass. That's the problem.
You should have been our own producer.
In Italy, there's mamalistas, or men who like big breasts, or culistas. I'm definitely the culista, man. I'm the culo man.
I'm proud of you, man.
I like a big ass.
I'm proud of you. And the movie making also, sir.
Thanks for having me, man.
Brett, thank you.
All right, man. My dreams are coming true. Thanks, guys.
All right, Brett Ratner, Skyline, tomorrow in theaters. Check it out. Check out the trailer, at least. And you'll be hooked, man. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Sirius XM, The Virus. Get in touch with the Opie and Anthony Show. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. Opie and Anthony.
The fuck's going on?
What is that?
We're not playing Guns N' Roses. Someone else is?
What is that?
What are we playing?
This is what we're playing here. We're not playing Guns N' Roses.
You must have pulled up another station. What fader is that?
I didn't do shit.
What fader is that?
What?
What fader is that?
I didn't do shit. It was on.
Oh.
What is this?
Oh, Mars hit it when he was fucking around, not knowing what he was doing.
Look how
I didn't
nervous
push that
Mars got. He
fucking
was like,
button.
oh, God, no. Please, not me.
I didn't push that fucking button. Now I am. What is this? I know we're going to talk to Alex Jones. What? Why Guns N' Roses before? I'm so confused.
It's his feet.
I know, but he plays Guns N' Roses?
If someone punched in at the beginning of our show, they'd be like, "Did they play fucking a thing from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?"
I thought it was our coming back music. And then I find
It
out
could
we're
be.
playing some wimpy shit.
What was that?
No.
We're playing wimpy shit.
That was a little funk for Patrice there.
What's that going to be? A wedding
Patrice
song?
doesn't
What the
need
fuck?
funk. What was it?
It was from an Ice Cube song. It's sample from Brick called Daz.
What are you trying to do?
You change it up a little bit.
Patrice didn't even know you did that.
Because Guns N' Roses was playing.
It's the least you could do. Thanks.
I would have preferred Civil War.
Demi Moore is fucking 48.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher is what? 19, 20?
Nah,
He
he's
used to
up
be.
there now, finally. He's probably 30.
30-something? Come on.
He's probably 35, I would guess.
Gotta be. 48.
Gotta be. He's been around a while. You know, like the Demi Moore at 48.
Three kids, right?
Yeah,
she have
she's
3
fucking
kids.
Gorgeous.
As far
48.
as 48 goes, she wears it well, though, right? She wears 48.
When they're
well.
out.
No?
You ever seen the pictures?
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
those pictures when they show celebrities that are older and they look good when they're out at premieres and stuff. I like when they show them taking out their garbage and
Right,
getting their
in the
mail.
morning.
And when
Without
there's
the
no
makeup
makeup on
Oh,
and
you
shit.
ever see makeupless Uma Thurman?
Really? Danny? Danny's
have it
right
in
on
his
it.
You would name her Uma. That's what her name would be. If she didn't have a name and you see her taking out the garbage,
Here we go.
You go,
That's Whoa.
Not quite that.
How about this? Whoa.
Oh, not quite that sassy Mia Wallace.
You know, she has natural beauty.
Oh, is that it?
Why couldn't we ask Brett about Michael Jackson? He had to run out of here. Fucking
that was a weird. I was looking around.
I wanted him
Did
to
you
talk
just
about
say
Michael
Mike
Jackson.
was just hanging at your crib?
Hanging it. What are you doing?
And he says it so casually, like, hey.
And Serena's like, I'm here to see Michael?
Yeah.
That's a weird story.
I know, but
And he had to just bounce, right?
I know he was late. Actually,
He was already,
Yeah, it was George
overtime.
Animal Steel was hanging out with me in the fucking.
Yeah, I would be like, what? I want to know more about
What's
that.
your?
That's the day Patrice fucked.
Hold on. What's your Patrice? What's your version of that story?
Nothing.
I know. That's what I'm getting.
Nothing. I don't have a style.
And you're in entertainment, but you're not hanging with Michael Jackson and Serena Williams comes
let
by
me
to
tell
say
you
hi.
something. I get uncomfortable because I saw Mos Def at the airport.
Yeah.
He comes up to, I'm in line. He goes, "Hey, what's up, P?" And I'm like, I know you, but
yeah,
I don't like. Did Mos Def say "What's up, P" to me? Like that's it made
pretty
me
cool.
nervous. It was cool, but I'm such a fucking uncomfortable in Hollywood that I didn't know what to just say. Hey, what's up, Mos Def? Or MD? Or I know of him.
What do you say?
I saw Ernie Hudson on a plane. I'm quiet the whole fucking time. He's ordering shit with Equal, and I want to say to him badly. I said, "Man, that's poison, sir. You know, you living a long time, man. Just try not to drink." But I just was keeping quiet. I didn't want to go.
Who's he?
But
Ghostbuster guy?
Ernie Hudson, yeah. And I go, I'm just sitting there going, this guy's like black royalty, I would say. He's in the black community. Ernie's pretty
Oh
big.
yeah, sure.
And I just figured, leave him alone. Like,
yeah. You wouldn't. Why would you?
like when
bother
people
him?
recognize me as a person in this business, it makes me it weirds me out. Like when they go, "What's up, man? Oh man, I'm a big fan." And I go, "Thank you, dude, that I seen on TV too, but
sure,
I don't really know." So
But I
the
wouldn't come up
idea
too.
of fucking Michael Jackson at your house, and then Serena comes and goes, "Hi, I'm here to see Michael." That seems like some weird thing that don't
Yeah,
even
what's going
exist
on?
in the fact that Hollywood exists. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have any I hung out with this guy's stories and shit. And my friend, I got a buddy in Boston who hates that I'm not like that. Because he comes here and, you know, he sleeps on the fucking blow up mattress and shit.
And he's hoping someone famous stops by.
He's
he
hoping
wants a
that
little piece of that.
He's like, yo, where the party's at?
Oh, thinking it's gonna be a
call up.
Where the party's
Call
at?
up your Hollywood friends.
Motherfucker, you don't know Peebo Bryson, nigga? Call up George Clinton. Ain't he having a party at his house? Where the cocaine and white women? I'm like, nigga, I don't fuck with that. I come home after I do a show. This motherfucker's like, you suck.
Oh, shit, he wanted the
He's
the
hoping
late
to bring
night
the party to your house.
Yeah,
Right?
nigga, where the bitches?
Oh, right on. You know the
Here
song.
I'm here now, baby, like a doggy. That fucking racist. What's his name again?
It's Nuge, right?
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
Hey, they're playing good music over there.
Here now, baby.
Was that a Kasha without any makeup?
Kesha, whatever.
Kesha?
Yeah.
Kasha, Kasha.
She's brutal, man.
Kashi.
Actually,
She looks like a
she's
regular
all
girl.
right. You fucking put a little eye makeup on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Her bathing suit pictures are way worse than that.
Are they?
Tyler Durden
Who
has
is
the
she?
bathing suit pictures.
Who is she?
Yeah.
What's she do?
Kesha does TikTok and.
She sings?
They're a singer.
Oh.
Is there new bikini pictures on What Would Tyler Durden Do?
Was she a mess?
I'm trying to
What's
help,
wrong with her?
help our pal out if there's new pics. They like getting the bad bikini pictures of Kesha.
What's wrong with her, in your opinion?
Kesha, she's got a flat ass. First
Does
of all,
she? Oh, okay. I
Why,
didn't know.
You're a fan of what's wrong with her? There,
Okay, yeah, that's a problem.
Where you want to start?
That's a problem. Wow, what she got like a
Her body is
belly?
rectangular with
wrong
it's
with her?
rectangular with
She's got
fucking
no
legs.
shape.
She's built like the
What the
nigga.
fuck,
She's
man?
built like the nigga before the alien came out in the first Alien. That's how his stomach was.
She's 30.
The guy that got the shit attached to his face.
Yeah, right.
All pasty. And
That's the kitchen scene.
Her numbers are 36, 36, 36.
What? Look at
What
her.
happened?
Yeah, that is an awful
Thank you,
ass.
Patrice.
That's hilarious.
That's her
She
fucking
should-
numbers, man.
She should not be wearing a bikini.
This.
Oh,
my God.
And she,
The
her
new
best
bikini
friend makes
pictures
sure
of
she's
Kesha.
standing right next to her because that ass look like Serena's standing next to her.
She's supposed to be a
is-
sex symbol, man.
How the
Go to
fuck did that happen?
whatwouldTylerDurden.com, www.tdd.com.
Dude, punch up another one with her ass in a bikini.
Lord. It is
little
the
thing there.
flattest ass in the history
Go,
of flat
go to
ass.
the next one over. Go to that one. Yeah, I want to see that one.
Good Lord.
Oh, my
God.
God.
She's got no curve in her back that then goes
She has
out
no
to an
curve
ass.
anywhere.
It goes from her shoulder blades to her lower back to her ass in a complete straight line.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
fuck, what an awful ass.
That is, even if she bends over, she can't make an ass
The
out of that.
fucking
Go to
balls.
Google Images and pop up a hot picture of her. And let's see what they fucking...
Make
the
her
magic.
into?
Let's see what the magic they can fucking perform.
That's what
The magic of Oz. The man behind the
magic.
curtain.
Yes.
What does he do here?
That's what the boys at www.tdd.com should do. Wow. That's the same broad.
All right, get one
I
with
need
some
a better
makeup.
one. Let me get a. I need a
Get one some
That ain't a
makeup on her
bad one
face.
compared to what
She
we
looks-
just
she
saw.
looks the same
That's a
to me.
miracle.
Go to that one
She's
with
got a
her
miracle
little,
worker.
yeah.
Okay,
Helping her
can I be fair to her?
Yeah.
Her stilo is a flat weird ass. Her steez, that's her steez. I'm a mess.
What?
So she doesn't have a stilo that's sexy. Her thing is.
Yeah,
they
her
even
thing
make her
is to be
face
a
look
mess.
good.
I mean, this one, but she has a goth kind of mess thing to her anyway.
But her face
Get that
doesn't
one
even-
where she's on the bed, laying down right there. Down, second row, over one. Keep going. No,
Yeah,
no,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Let me see that. Because that's like,
God,
it's in the
that's
bathtub.
fucking hot.
See,
man.
that's like.
But she doesn't look
she
like
doesn't
that
look like
at
that.
all.
Nah.
She's sitting in that bathtub. That flat ass is up against the porcelain underneath the water.
It's a drain stop.
She stopped the drain with her flat fucking flap that goes over the drain ass.
Yeah, if someone goes 36, 36, 36, that's a rectangle. Yes.
Yeah,
it's
that's what
barely
she
a
looks
joke.
like.
You got to go see these pictures. There's no shape to her.
And this goes back to what my Facebook theory,
Yeah.
where you have this picture, which is the profile pic.
Right,
and it's
right.
all nice, and she's all sexy in the bathtub. But then that's the tagged photos of Kesha.
On her
Right.
friend's
Yeah.
site.
Sure.
So you get the more honest.
See, that's Tyler Durden putting up Kesha and then tagging her.
tagging it right.
If you were seen with Kesha on the beach with her
What does that
looking like
mean,
that,
tag
your
photos?
friends would laugh at you.
Yes, you
Should we have a
would.
different-
They'd be like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Friends picture.
Alex Jones.
Oh.
I don't know what it means.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Sir?
Shit.
I'm here, guys. It's great to be back.
There he is.
I was just fucking around. You really there?
I'm here waiting in the wings.
What the hell was up with the Guns N' Roses music? I'm very confused. Do you know? Probably not.
We were just sending you music to give you audio to know that we were connected to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how
I
it
got
works.
you. We got
That's how it
Patrice
works.
O'Neill in studio.
Alex has no patience for anything.
Nah.
You have patience, Alex, don't
He
you?
told you
exposing
exactly
stuff.
what it was.
He's busy exposing things.
Hey, a couple things. We were just talking about aliens because Brett Ratner was in studio. He's producing that movie Skyline that starts tomorrow. And he thinks the aliens are on their way and they're going to be attacking soon. What do you got on that, Alex?
Well, we know that obviously Hubble telescope in orbit has photographed hundreds and hundreds of billions of galaxies. And now it's been able to look even further out into space and begin to photograph clusters of trillions of galaxies with just unbelievable amounts of planets orbiting those tens of trillions of suns. And so there's no doubt that there's life in the universe outside of our tiny planet, 2/3 of the way out on the spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy. That said, search the term Project Bluebeam. And Project Bluebeam is a partially declassified U.S. government program to have fake alien landings as a pretext to unify the planet around world government against an outside threat. And now the United Nations, the Vatican, and others have appointed full-time ambassadors who are on call 24/7 to meet the aliens when they land. And so we know through the mainstream media and the controllers of culture that they're really imprinting the public mind and the subconscious with the idea that the aliens are coming. And under Project Bluebeam, they admittedly have programs to project giant flying saucers into the sky, Buddha, Jesus, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man if they choose.
So you don't believe in the horse shit with the aliens, right, Alex?
Well, I'm saying that I don't know if aliens have visited the Earth.
But do you feel that way? Do you think that happened?
I know that there's a government program to create fake flying saucers in the sky, and I know that the Air Force admits in the 40s, 50s, and 60s that the Army, Air Corps, and the Air Force and others hyped up the UFO phenomenon to cover up their secret
personally, and I'm saying personally, your personal just, you live in, do you personally feel like there's aliens watching us?
To be clear, I believe that there is life in the universe. I don't know if there's aliens.
I feel the same way there's life, but I don't believe in fucking that they're watching us. And the only reason I don't believe it is because I don't believe if they had the technology, or like if we had the technology to watch things, that we would just be peaking for 10,000 years and then come out of a cloud and whatever. I just don't believe they're up there playing games.
Well, Patrice, I tend to agree with you. And look, I mean, there are trillions and trillions and trillions of galaxies with hundreds of billions of stars per galaxy. And we're pretty self-centered if we think out of untold quadrillions of planets, with billions of them no doubt being habitable, that anybody cares about us. It's kind of like if you're walking through a field that's got a billion bacteria in the dirt and on the grass, that you bend down with a magnifying glass and obsess for thousands of years over one little group of bacteria. Now, there is another view in all of this that my gut tells me that if the aliens are here, and if all of this just isn't an elaborate disinformation operation, and then a lot of fiction writers and people get tied into it so it gets a life of its own, that these aliens reportedly, and it is in a lot of the ancient Sanskrit, the hieroglyphs, I've been down to the Aztec temples in Mexico that literally have what looks like rockets and jet aircraft carved on the walls, that if these aliens are really here, that it's not aliens, that it's humanoids or our progeny from hundreds, if not thousands of years in the future, who are coming back in time, and the quantum mechanics of Einstein and others have shown that this is real, that our advanced civilization may be time traveling back to manipulate the future or to study, or with all these abduction stories, maybe they need the genetics that they've lost from primitive times, so it's really us coming back.
That's very
interesting.
Confusing.
No, I got what he's saying.
You got it? You
I'm on
that?
I want to switch gears here a little bit, talk about this missile. What are you hearing about the missile / airplane?
Well, they've had former NASA rocket engineers, rocket scientists, and they've had one of the former Joint Chiefs of Staff have been interviewed day one, saying that's clearly some type of sea-launched missile. Looks like something similar to a Polaris submarine launched. And we know that in 2000, you can actually search a North Korea-fired missile at Alaska. 10 years ago, of course, North Korea many times has fired missiles right over Japan, crashing into the ocean right off the coast to threaten them. They did it again a few years ago. North Korea fired a missile that came back into orbit. They fired it over the North Pole because they're right over the pole. That's the shortest distance for an intercontinental ballistic missile. And then it didn't have good aerodynamics. It was a dud. It was a drone. It was a test missile, no warhead. And it broke up over Alaska, its intended target, and rained down. That actually came out in the Alaskan newspapers. It came out in AP.
That they actually shot a missile and it hit U.S. soil.
Yeah, this was 10 years ago. And so what even mainstream news is now saying is that quietly the Pentagon, some people are saying China or North Korea had a sub pop up off the West Coast and fired a test missile as a threat. And, of course, just a few months ago, the U.S., the South Koreans, and the Japanese were out in the South China Sea and were firing test missiles as well. So this is what governments do, kind of like when they'd send the Russian Bear nuke bombers over during the Cold War. They've started doing that again.
We knew they were coming. How the hell does somebody get that close, especially someone with like North Korea, get that close to the coast of the United States?
Well, it's international waters. They've had cases. Notice tensions are very high right now because the private Federal Reserve has announced $600 billion to $1 trillion of QE2, quantitative easing, or monetization of debt, which is going to devalue all global currencies.
Yeah, just printing money.
And cause inflation because the dollar is the world reserve currency, so it's causing global problems. The Chinese government's downgraded our credit rating. They've been threatening us. The Russians are threatening the French, the German banking minister, finance minister. And so there's a lot of saber rattling, both economic and military, going on. And clearly it's not a contrail like the media tried to spin it later. Some type of powerful missile was launched off the coast. We only have territorial waters 12 miles out.
What would be the upside of them not acknowledging that that's exactly what it is and letting the people know that a foreign country is launching test missiles right off our beach?
Well, it was only in a few newspapers that North Korea actually fired a test missile and that it broke up and parts of it rained down on Alaska 10 years ago.
Off the coast of California, though, like in this day and age, that's a little much. Like, what's the upside of them keeping it secret?
Well, the upside is the government likes to play like they're God and are all-controlling and all-powerful and can protect us. And governments do these type of things really on a routine basis to menace each other. And so it is a escalation, kind of a threatening form of diplomacy. Look, you can just search this. Or you've probably seen it. You guys are news hounds. We keep hearing about off the coast of Florida in the Atlantic, or off the coast of Japan, or in the Persian Gulf, Chinese and Russian subs popping up right behind our aircraft carriers. And then it's become a big deal because, and some admirals have even gotten in trouble because with the advanced sonar, how are they letting the Chinese and the Russians basically shadow and minish the fleets? And so this is all just a form of brinksmanship, hearkening back to the Cold War. Remember back in the Cold War when we were kids or teenagers, it was always on the news about the U.S. was sending submarines over to cut communication cables to the Russians, and they had subs, and then the Kursk, and our submarines running into their submarines. And I mean, this is just an ongoing thing, and basically the Cold War type tensions are kicking back up. But I was speculating about this being Russia, China, or North Korea, mainly China or North Korea because it's in the Pacific, and that's their sphere of influence. They generally do it in areas that they consider to be their turf. Remember the Chinese, basically flying some of their aircraft into the C-130 surveillance, or AWAC actually, and then forcing it down. I mean, this is just ongoing type behavior. But what we do know is former top brass in the Pentagon, one of them a chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff or a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and members of NASA have come out and laughed and said, that's obviously a giant missile trail, some type of ship or submarine launch system. It looks just like a Polaris nuke launch. And we know that if you go back to Bill Clinton, he got in a lot of trouble for helping transfer through Loral and Hughes the missile systems to North Korea and China.
I understand the missile system, but do you honestly think North Korea has nuclear sub capability?
I'm not saying it was a nuclear sub. They've got a bunch of diesel subs. Many of our subs are diesel because they tend to be more reliable in many cases and don't take as much maintenance. I'm saying they launched a warhead-free drone missile is what they're called.
Yeah, but I like they even have the technology enough to launch a missile from a submarine at this point because their launches really are kind of archaic. When you look at their land-based
they've done submarine launch tests. They're off their coast over Japan, and they've done ground-based, and a lot of it's their long-range 8,000-mile ICBMs that rarely make it into orbit. And so you're right. Look, I don't know. I mean, in fact, I haven't really covered this much on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com or on my own little radio show because when I can't document something, I don't really talk about it much. You guys raised it. It's kind of like the alien thing. I don't really cover aliens because I can't prove it one way or the other.
What do you think about Jesse the Body Ventura's show, A Conspiracy Theory? Have you caught this thing?
Yeah, I think it's pretty informative, but also entertaining for the general public. I'm actually a consultant on it, and I'm in the next.
Oh, you are.
And I'm in the next 4 episodes coming up. In fact, this Friday at 9 p.m. Central, it's the Police State series. We actually have an article up on Infowars.com dealing with this, and it's bombshell FEMA camps confirmed. And we actually went out to some FEMA camps, myself and the governor, and got threatened with arrest and other things. So it's.
Hey Alex, out of FEMA
in right now.
Alex, out of FEMA camps, like, are they being loaded up now, or is this, or they getting ready to get loaded up?
Okay, let me be specific. And it's free online on YouTube. It's Police State 4: The Rise of FEMA. I released it 6 months ago. Police State 4: The Rise of FEMA. It was good too.
I like that one.
And it takes 2 hours to go over the whole history of it, to show the congressional hearings where they admit the FEMA camps, to show the mainstream news articles, and to show people facilities that are designated as, quote, emergency centers.
Mind control. Mind control. I was a former governor, a fighter.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. I'm a former Navy SEAL, a governor, a fighter.
Just go back and forth. You know what? See, hold on. But
was that fucking Alex with a sense of humor? Goddamn!
Alex has a sense of humor.
God bless him.
Alex, our problem with the Jesse Ventura Conspiracy Show is he doesn't get into any real shit. Like, we want him to step over the line during the Area 51 episode. When we
return, Jesse Ventura goes head-to-head with Area 51 security. I'm standing here, but I'm turning around. I'm not going to be shot. What happened, Jesse?
Yeah. Hey, listen.
No one's going to shoot Jesse Ventura.
Guys, let me just say something about Ventura. He's been on your show quite a few times. I know you guys had that controversy with him, but I've known him.
We want him back, by the way.
I've known him. I've known him really well.
Yeah.
I've known him really well for about 5 years, spent a lot of time with him. He really is for real. It isn't a tough guy act. And, he's an older guy. He is grumpy sometimes.
I'm on my way to Plum Island. There's a dinghy following me.
Yeah, but
Turn around.
The issue is he's real. He's a great guy. And And, he was just, tired that morning whenever you guys basically had your attack schnauzer on him. And
attack schnauzer.
No, you got. Unfortunately, the video doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
It was about an hour of going back and forth.
Jesse was being pretty obnoxious
he
to
just
Jimmy. Wouldn't answer questions.
No, he was sitting there. He wasn't letting him finish.
Oh my God, he certainly was.
Hey, can you give me an idea of who may be going to a FEMA camp? Like, what do you have to be doing?
Please say what I want you to say.
Is it extreme?
Please say what I want you to say.
Let me tell you, Patrice.
Is it extreme or is
Patrice, the FEMA camps are real, Patrice. I'm a governor, and they wouldn't let me into the camp.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me in. They won't let me into the reactor room at the nuclear reactor. What does that tell you? Perhaps that there's radioactivity in there. They don't need you going in there, Jesse.
And the Plum Island one, come on, there was no boats following them. There was a boat.
Oh, yes, they were.
There was a boat way in the distance, sir.
You're not even. Oh, that's not true. Let me tell you.
There was a little Zodiac, like they had.
No, let me tell you what happened with that. Let me tell you what happened with that.
Yes, Al.
They couldn't get anybody to even rent them a boat to go out there. Plum Island's no joke.
But that's the guy's livelihood, all the people's livelihood. They're not going to risk getting in trouble going to Plum Island because it is a facility that you're not allowed on.
Ventura never asked them to even get near it. They just wanted to be able to basically go over into legal waters. You're supposed to stay a mile away. And let me tell you, Plum Island's no joke. They have 36, because I was a consultant on that show. I sent them the info. 36 level 4 bioweapons labs. Let me just shift gears because this is important. Previously, they would have these things in the middle of the desert or on islands. Level 4 are things like smallpox, Ebola, anthrax, but worse, that's only level 3. When they weaponize them or soup them up, supercharge them, they're now level 4. Now, just 150 miles or so from where I sit in Galveston, Texas, hurricane-ravaged, very dangerous place to put one. They have put, at the University of Texas at Galveston, a level 4 bioweapons lab. Now, get this, in level 2 containment. Level 2 is just when you're dealing with like the regular, seasonal flu or something, or a regular cold.
Now, why would they do that?
Well, let me break that down.
All right.
They've spent $6 billion in the last 9 years on what they call BioShield, and even the Washington Post, the Baltimore Sun have reported that these are factories making bioweapons and developing bioweapons, but it was sold to Congress. It was sold to Congress as defense, and now all over the country, San Antonio, Texas. I mean, the list goes on and on. They have level 4. Listen, level 4 is supposed to be 3 rows of barbed wire, minefields, machine gun nests, and be at least, I'm not joking, totally contained with a self-destruct system to burn it out, and 3 stories underground. Now, they've got level 4 behind little glass windows on the coast of Texas. Now, Lyme's disease, it's been confirmed, was leaked out of there at Plum Island. The West Nile, those are just level 3 type things. I'm telling you, this is a hardcore issue, these bioweapons, when you understand that the Rockefeller Foundation...
I don't understand why they're doing this. Why would they do that then?
Well, let me tell you.
What's the plan? What's the end game?
And if you guys want this stuff, because I didn't know you were bringing up bioweapons, I can send it to you. It's up on Infowars.com. Just type in Rockefeller Foundation developed vaccines to sterilize. And we've got all the government documents, UN, Club of Rome, Biological Diversity Assessment, where the globalists openly say, well, you guys know about Ian Fleming or whatever his name was that wrote the James Bond movies?
Yeah.
He was a member of OSS and then MI6. Well, notice he wrote the book Moonraker. Now, the movie Moonraker with Roger Morris, cheesy with Jaws and all the rest of it. Of
course.
But you've got this elitist industrialist who's going to release a bioweapon to kill everybody on Earth. Then they're going to come back to the planet and repopulate it with the super race. Now, all of that is based on real government plans, but they're not going off-world to do it. They've got giant underground bunkers that they've spent trillions of dollars on since the 1950s. Let me just throw one out that I know you heard of.
Sir, wasn't every James Bond a super criminal that was trying to do something to the world? Like, that's every...
No, I know, but what
James
I'm saying
Bond
is...
plot.
That's true, because the one before that, The Spy Who Loved Me, was trying to kill everybody so he can populate the ocean.
Goldfinger wanted to make all the gold radioactive so he'd have all the gold in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you is... a lot of these writers, he was a member of British intelligence. They put scenarios that are being discussed or talked about into films. It's kind of like The Wizard of Oz. I had a pretty big filmmaker on my show a year ago, and I told him, The Wizard of Oz is about the gold standard and the silver standard. He thought I was joking, went out and found out it's mainstream fact.
Really?
And he's now made a movie, The Secret of Oz, about that's airing all over television worldwide. But the issue is, yes, a lot of things that you see in movies are basically psychological imprints or images of what's really being developed.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is about the Fed. The Federal Reserve.
No, it's not. Listen, Opie and Anthony.
It's mind control. Mind control. They're using HARP.
We love Jesse, by the way. We want him back on the show.
I can't stop watching his show.
Yeah.
We just
want him to get in a little trouble.
When we return,
hey, have you guys seen the parody? Hey, listen, have you seen
a battleship?
Hey, have you seen the parody?
Yeah,
it is
with
one
the
of
wrestlers?
the funniest damn things. Hey, he's moving. I'm not taking a plane. I'm driving. It is so goddamn funny.
That's
that guy
great.
nailed him. It was really good. No, I can't. But they really do over dramatize what Jesse's going to do, and then what really happens. Jesse Ventura faces a line of M16s as he tries to get into some of the most classified locations. Are they there? Yes, Governor. All right, let's go home. I was turning around so I could get more info. They want to shoot me.
The show would be huge if he got arrested there, Alex. Tell him to get arrested.
He's
Tell him
gotta
to
get
cross the
arrested.
line.
Well, I will tell
time.
you. I will
Cross
tell
that
you with
line,
another
Area
network.
51.
Yeah.
I will tell you with another network, and I can't talk about it till it comes out next year, early next year. But on another, even bigger network, I was in. Well, I'm not going to get into it. I was there when people got arrested, and I escaped. I had to jump in a river.
So someone did that. Is that
Turd?
Is that one hosted by who's that hosted by? Gold Dust?
The Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior. Warrior says conspiracy happens.
I am the warrior.
He knows. Alex knows.
Alex knows the whole deal.
Warrior says.
Warrior says Infowars.com.
We just
Listen
wanted to get a
here.
little...
Listen here, Warrior. I'm a governor, and I like PrisonPlanet.com.
I'm a governor.
You working on any movies right now?
What, documentary films?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm working on one, a masterpiece that I've been working on for 2 years, dealing with eugenics. And let me just throw this caveat out on a serious note, just for something that I know your listeners have heard about, because it did get some attention a month ago. Oh, Hillary apologizes. The U.S. government secretly injected thousands of Guatemalan men, women, and children with live syphilis on purpose and told them that it was a vaccine. Oh. You see, it was already declassified. They just announced it to act like, oh, we're sorry we got caught. It didn't just end with poor black folks over 45 years being injected with syphilis, men, women, and children, in Tuskegee. It didn't just end with 4,300 U.S. foster children radiated to death. Just a few years ago, New York Daily News reported that they were taking poor children in New York, CPS was, strapping them down in pesticide studies and killing them.
Come on. Child Protective
Come
Services.
on, they're injecting Guatemalan kids with syphilis,
Wait.
they're not giving pesticides to little kids. Come on.
Child Protective Services were taking children, strapping them down and spraying pesticides on them to see what would happen.
No, CPS would take them and then put them in a residential system controlled by Big Pharma, and they would test pesticides on them until they died. They would also test AIDS drugs on them until they died. New York Daily News.
Alex, let me squeeze in for. Let me ask you this question, and because I believe in this type of shit, okay, as we know, but okay, why do one thing if you're them? Why put it on memos to classify or declassify? If it's like a room full of like 10 people, why not go, all right, you 10, we're going to do this fucked up shit, and then if we get busted, there's nowhere to get caught.
Just remember
there's no,
it. Don't write it down.
Yeah, there's no actual
Put your pens
fucking
down.
proof that we're going to do terrible things to Guatemalan kids.
Right,
don't tweet it.
Don't tweet this, please.
Like, you know what I mean? Like how many people are involved with doing something like that? Like, it can't be more than 10.
All right, well, let me answer your question because this is key. Number one, I'm going to answer the question, but first I just want to say it is public. It is admitted. People always say that, well, if 9/11 could be an inside job, we would, people would come out. People would talk. Sybil Edmonds, FBI NSA translator, broke her gag order last year. She testified before Congress secretly. She was listening to the phone calls with the CIA in command of bin Laden on 9/11. Let me go further. Fox News 3 weeks ago. Just search the term. Anwar al-Awlaki, or al-Qaeda chief, met at Pentagon 2 months after 9/11. This guy's on the news at the time as the number 3 in al-Qaeda. Now, this is real. Check it out. As the number 3 of al-Qaeda, and it turns out he's hanging out secretly at the Pentagon. Let me go further. Then the head of Pakistani intelligence, who admittedly wired the money to the hijackers, hanging out at the Pentagon the same time. Hanging out at the Pentagon the day of the attacks. Okay, and the list goes, I can give you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. But listen, they hide it in plain view.
By the way, this is why I don't believe in aliens in Area 51. Yeah. Because I don't believe that the average Joe, which is some soldier that they said keep this secret and keep honest.
Let me go further.
Can keep a secret like that.
Let me go further. Let me just drop total bombshells on you right now. Okay, 4 months ago, Washington Post spy talk, written by a former CIA agent, interviews the CIA section chief, and he tells him, yeah, we made fake bin Laden videos for U.S. television. Boom. Just search CIA admits that they made fake bin Laden videos. Well, I knew they were fake. They had linguists listen to the voice. It wasn't him. They did voice prints off the real bin Laden videos. They played them. It's all fake. Let me go further. You can search Fox News admits U.S. government growing opium. It's up 13 times, and they cut to Army and Marine Corps brass saying, yes, we give them the fertilizer and help grow the opium. Now, it came out in Vietnam they were shipping in the opium, okay? Look, they're growing the drugs, and so what do? They come out in the open now and just say, yeah, Al-Qaeda's hanging out at the crib over here at the Pentagon. Yeah, Alex, we're growing the smack.
Let me ask you this.
We're making fake videos. Yeah, we're taking the veterans' death benefits. What's you going to do about it?
Alex, let me ask you this, though. In a hypothetical scenario, what is it going to take, would you imagine, for the people, for all of us to go, oh, shit, this is real? Like, what could possibly happen? Like, you're telling these facts that you can find, but what could happen for everybody to go, oh my God, this actually exists?
Okay, well, first do this. What was the last question I forgot about? What was the last question I forgot about?
Why won't anybody, like with these memos? Why do they make these? Why make memos?
Okay, I wrote that down. Now go back to the new one. I'll answer the new one first.
The new one is, what's it going to take? What's it going to take for everyone to go, this shit is real?
It's not just like one guy that is saying this happened.
The people.
Just to be clear.
Wow, fucked up.
Just to be clear.
Fucked up.
Right, this is foul.
We saw the guy behind the curtain. We finally saw it.
But people all wake up, and it's like, this is it. What's it going to take?
All right, well, let me answer the question, and I'm trying to write these down so I have them all here. Why make memos?
He's making memos.
And what's it going to take? Okay, let's go to what's it going to take. Let me answer the question this way. Do you know about titrating the dose?
Okay, so you're going to answer it by not answering it.
No, I'm going to answer it with precision. Are you ready for this?
What?
What do snake handlers do?
Handle snakes.
And what do they do in case they get bit? They give themselves small amounts of the venom, and they build it up over a few months until they can take a king cobra bite and not even get a headache.
That answers it for me.
No, this is going to answer it.
Yeah.
That's Patrice says, what is it going to take? Okay. Well, they know that it's starting to come out because of alternative media, so they're titrating the dose. They're showing us the man behind the curtain, but saying he's nice. He brings us popcorn. They are, because the alternative media has shown the man behind the curtain, because they can't deny world government or Bilderberg Group or eugenics or population reduction anymore. But they're now coming out and showing us more and more to acclimate us and to condition us through perception management to go along with it, so that as it begins to come out that this is almost all staged, that people will just be basically desensitized.
Right, when it does finally come out, we'll go, okay.
Do you hear like footsteps in lonely parking garages at night? Are you a paranoid gentleman? Are you always looking over your shoulder because of all this stuff?
You know, that's a good question, and then I'll go back to the turd make memo type stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine, I mean, I'm a syndicated radio host just like you guys, and and I'm somebody who, I'm just trying to put you in my shoes because I'm also in your shoes. Oh. I'm somebody who goes out and gives public speeches.
That's very
I'm somebody who, I do lock my doors at night because I have children, want to keep them safe. But no, I'm the opposite of that. I'm not a paranoid person. Yeah. I'm a realist, and I'm bold, and I'm a public figure, and I'm not living in fear. I'm challenging the New World Order. And then people say, well, why haven't they killed you then? Because if they kill me, it underlines, it highlights, it puts 10 exclamation points behind everything I'm saying.
Makes you a martyr.
I think if they killed you, it's just another little bit of venom. That's all.
That's right.
Just a little bit of venom to make it a little easier to get the big bite.
It would just be food poisoning or something, too.
Yeah. It would be like, oh, look at that.
An obvious killing.
His brakes went out.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I'm 36, and so I don't think I'll be down of a heart attack anytime soon. But, you do have a good...
You're only 36?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What's up with the voice?
Uh-oh.
A little too much Jack Daniels and Marlboro Reds.
Okay.
The government's beaming radiation into my throat.
The warrior. I did too many warrior imitations when I was 7. Look, the Drudge Report has our story, top story again.
Yes. Which one is that?
I don't know. Drudge for 7 days straight has as his top story. But we did a story about Drudge actually stirring national debate over TSA abuse. I'd like to talk about that with you guys if you want to get into it. But first I should answer the question about my voice, and then I should answer the question about...
No, you answered the question about your voice.
Yeah, well.
Well, no. I mean, to be honest, I had a little bit of a deep voice growing up, especially when I'm being, calm. When I get excited, it's high. But I didn't ever take speech lessons or drama or anything. I didn't know, starting at about 20 when I started bullhorning, different government officials and people, that, I'm screaming so loud that I'm coughing up blood. And so I've lacerated my larynx. Oh. And so I've been to a doctor about it, and they said you need to focus and speak from the front of your mouth, which I'm trying to do now, because if you continue to talk like you really talk from the back of your throat, you're going to sound like a dead toad by the time you're 50. So right now I'm having to consciously talk like this to not sound deep-voiced, because if I actually talk the way I talk, it sounds like this.
How do you hurt your voice when you're talking out your ass, Alex?
Well, hey, that gives me two mouths. That's one for you, attack weasel, to put your face. Why are you thinking about my ass so much?
I don't know. Because I heard you're 36.
What happened?
Was that attack weasel smart enough to me?
Yeah, fucking Jimmy. Jimmy,
listen
shut up.
here, boy.
Goddamn Norton.
I'm a Navy SEAL.
See? You're going to get in trouble with another guy, Jimmy.
I'm just joking. I like Jimmy.
So where was he at? The memo? We was at the memo.
Yeah, the memo.
Well, I want to know about the secret hearing, too. How does he know if it was secret? I get confused by that type of thing.
Now, which of the secret hearings? What are you talking about?
That secret hearing.
With the woman you
were
talking about.
With the woman, yeah. How do you know if it was secret?
Okay, well, number one, if you simply go look up...
You said she did it secretly in front of Congress.
But it was memos. It had to be memos.
But then it's not a secret. If
we had a Perry Mason moment. Look, guys, we got him. Oh, it's Bugs Bunny here.
Turd.
Hey, Matt, how you doing there? Turd?
Yeah.
Turd?
I got you.
Alex is we gotta interrupt him because he'll kick our ass. This guy knows what he's talking about.
No, it's a fair question. If she did it secretly, how do you know, Alex?
I know, but I'm trying to answer the question, and that's why the governor got mad. You asked me a question, turd. Now I'm trying to answer it.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Alex?
Let her
That's
rip.
more like Macho Man, isn't it?
Yeah, that was. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Infowars.com. It's gold. Yeah.
They're poisoning us with Slim Jims. See?
Well,
See?
actually, MSG is a neurotoxin to the brain and an excitotoxin, but it's also addictive. That's why we put it in the food so you eat more and weigh 600 pounds. Step into a Slim Jim.
Wow.
Hey, I like that.
He knows
Answer
that.
the question, Alex.
Yeah, okay.
No, that's right. I'm
wrestling
dodging
voices.
now, even though every time I try to, you interrupt.
No, you're
That's
interrupted
true.
with your own wrestling voice.
Okay. I'm just trying to have some fun here. All right, let's get serious.
Jimmy, shut up. To let him talk.
Anyways, okay, let's get serious. Okay, how do I know? Because actually, you guys are right. I can see how that sounded weird. There was a secret hearing, and she went public about it. Okay, Sybil Edmonds, along with Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Schaefer, I've interviewed all these people, and many others, the government said, we want to hear what happened on 9/11 from the NSA and FBI people. We want to hear what happened from the FBI agents, remember, who all went public and said, look, we've got gag orders on us from the closed sessions of the House 9/11 Commission. That was the first commission before the Bush's 9/11 Commission, but it happened in both. And they said, we want to hear what you have to say. And then after they would tell them what they'd seen, they'd say, you're now sworn to national security secrecy. You will be arrested if you tell anyone. So it was a way of, oh, tell me what you know. And it's like, okay, now you can go. And then the mob shoots you in the back of the head. But this is a political shoot you in the back of the head. And that's why 6 of the 10 commissioners of the 9/11 Commission have now gone public saying the official story is a lie. And there was, quote, a Pentagon cover-up, source Washington Post. Now, but how do I know about this? Sybil Edmonds, FBI translator with NSA transcripts, listening to Al-Qaeda, and she's now broken her gag order. That means she could go to jail, but she challenged them. 8 years after her gag order, last year, she went public and said, look, I was listening to these transmissions. It was mercenaries dealing drugs and weapons. It was Al-Qaeda working with the CIA, the Taliban. It was bin Laden taking orders from high-level CIA. This was insane. And that's what we get from the other whistleblowers now. She was listening to these. And then Stratus Ivy and Able Danger, run by Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Schaefer, and the Pentagon blacked out most of his book. He was running a Pentagon hit team, because there's dark side and light side, the good guys. They knew where bin Laden was. They knew where all these guys were. They were ready to kill him repeatedly. They were always ordered to stand down by the CIA and, quote, contractors. Now,
why?
Now in federal court 2 months ago, it comes out that what is Blackwater doing? They're involved in guns and drugs and trafficking all over. This came out in federal court. It's now come out that Navy SEALs.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. That must have been on your end.
Okay, that wasn't on my end.
All right.
Anyways, Navy.
That's weird.
Navy SEALs have just been arrested in the U.S. selling hand grenades.
Oh my God! I've got to go get them.
Not a Navy SEAL.
No one gets left behind. And then what happened?
Remember, Alex, I'm a Navy SEAL.
What is going on?
And then,
has he answered one question? I'm confused.
I don't know. This
I totally answered your. Hold on.
I
totally answered your question. I totally answered your question. Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Schaefer, on record, they blacked out his book.
But I can't.
Okay,
Right.
he testified in secret. Sybil Edmonds testified in secret. She's
Google
now
fast
broken
enough.
her gag order.
Sybil
She's now
broke her
broken
bag.
it. That's how I know about the secret meeting.
Oh, okay.
How about the memo?
All right, the memo,
Alex.
thing. Where's the memo?
Meaning, and the question is, why these memos that can be traced back to classify or declassify when it's like you watch these movies and it's like say a scene in Goodfellas where we all rob a bank and then
everybody gets killed.
And then everybody gets killed, or like where they can just hide it instead.
Well, that did happen with Kennedy. Hundreds and hundreds of people who were witnesses of the grassy knoll, the people on the trains and the train conducting tower, all went bye-bye. All got, multiple caps. Just like good old Lee Harvey Oswald, old Jack Ruby took care of him real quick. Now,
yes.
Now, expanding on that, let me answer that question. We were once a freer nation in certain respects. We were more unfree, but more free in other ways. Imagine the CIA is founded in 1947 out of the OSS. And I'm going to answer your question. This is how I answer it. The CIA was founded, and everybody said, you're going to let a group have billions of dollars and operate in total secrecy. Okay, they can't operate in the U.S., and everything that these national security groups, not just the CIA, but now 16 other agencies, does, it's got to be declassified every 10 years. Well, now they make it 20, or in some cases 40. They've reclassified the JFK assassination out to 2040. It was supposed to be declassified, all of it, next year. And so we have FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, but, I sent mine off repeatedly. The FBI...
Wait a minute. So in 2040, there's going to be papers that come out and kind of go, all right, this guy was up here, we had 6 agents here, we called off some of his personal protection.
Yeah.
We had so it's going to be some papers that's going to say, all right, here it is, everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, let me explain that. This is a bureaucracy with millions of employees, okay? And there are millions of people involved in all of this, and it's basically all a psychological operation. Most people in government are good. Most people in private industry are good. I mean, they're not perfect, but they wouldn't do really horrible things. They have some morals. So they have, I've discovered from stuff that has been declassified, they shoot pregnant women up with uranium and plutonium. That's declassified. They radiate small children. They spray nerve gas on U.S. troops in Project Shad and kill them and tell their families they died of the flu. Not to test the nerve gas. They can test it on rhesus monkeys or rats that have almost the exact same, metabolic system. If something kills a rat, it's going to kill a human. Something kills a dog, it's going to kill a human. They don't need to test it. The reason they're testing chemicals...
Yeah.
The reason they're testing chemicals and biologicals on people is to create cadres and groups of psychopaths who they know will follow orders and who they've already compromised, so they can have them then go run even bigger divisions and then give people psychological questionnaires and things and then test them and see if they will be involved in all this evil. I mean, here's an example of how they take a young special forces...
What question are we answering? I'm so confused.
Okay,
you asked me
about the memo? You asked me why they have memos.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about
I'm telling
quadres.
you, it's because they've got a large command and control structure.
Okay, all right.
And just like you guys have probably got a memo hanging up in the bathroom, saying don't crap on the floor, because I bet some of you do that.
Well, actually,
listening to your show.
It's about blowjobs, actually.
I'm just joking. The point is, I'm sure exactly. You got to put a memo up. And so that's the bottom line. Okay. And then I was explaining the psychology of how they take a young special forces captain who's 25 years old.
We might not be as smart as this guy.
I know. Well, he's very well researched and well read.
Yeah, you're very well read, Alex.
Well, but listen, guys, I'm not really that well read.
Right.
Some people are experts on Harry Potter, or they're experts on the NFL.
I like Harry Potter.
Oh, Martha.
Or they're experts in gardening. Listen, listen, all this stuff so much stuff is admitted.
Right.
There are over 10,000 declassified examples. You know how many times they've released nerve gas in the New York subway?
806.
No, more than 20 times. Do you know how many times they've released bioweapons in the New York subway?
Are you kidding me? Now, how do people get away with that?
Do they take out
Listen, you have a computer in front of you, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just search biological experiments, New York subway, 1968.
68? Oh, okay. I could buy 1968.
But remember, they only declassify this now every 30 to 40 years. But yes,
they probably did. They probably did.
It makes no fucking sense
subway lines.
To do some horrible shit that's secret, right? And then follow the rules of declassifying or classifying. It just makes
it makes perfect sense if you're a psychological warfare chief with 180 IQ.
Go back to snake venom.
Okay, now what I see is Army germ warfare experiment in New York subway system. Now that could be anything from dumping anthrax on people or studying a group dynamic. Actually now
we know what happened with it.
But it could be
they released a bacterium, and it was a test the Army doctors were told to see how it spread, but it was really a test to see if they would go along with it. And they had Army doctors posing as regular doctors in all the local hospitals, and then they didn't give people treatment because they wanted to watch them die.
Damn.
Just like injecting little Guatemalans with syphilis. Oh, but the government wouldn't commit 9/11.
And to keep this information is crazy. Like I know they do it, but it's like to keep this information.
Let me go further.
To just go,
Memo?
Hey, look at it. They keep it to go what? Like, hey, look at the shit we used to do.
Yeah.
Like, why even keep that as something you can fucking
on flash paper?
Yeah, it's just weird to keep this info. It's like how many people are involved with this mess? You know what I'm saying?
Too many people involved, I think, to legitimately get away with this for so long.
Like
I understand there have been misappropriations.
No. I need to get to the key.
There's definitely things that have been done by the government that have been shady and underhanded, especially during the Cold War. Absolutely. But I don't think it goes as deep or as far as you and the people that think like you. He's
going to get to the key, though, Anthony. Get to the key.
I'm waiting for the key.
The key is this. They are practicing total insane evil.
Oh, shit.
Out in the open to break our will. You ever seen that HBO documentary about pimps and hoes?
Oh, love it.
And the woman's been run over by a car or whatever, and she's in the hospital, and she's all broke up. She's going, baby, I'm gonna get back up on my feet. I'm gonna get you that money. I'm gonna do whatever I got to for you, baby. I'll do whatever it takes. And then the mother's sitting there going, what have you done to my baby? And then they turn to him and they say, well, listen, how much do you pay her? And he goes, I don't pay her nothing. She's lucky if I give her some chicken once a week.
Yeah.
Because it's really female psychology.
So you're saying we're all just hoes.
We're all bitches.
We're beaten hoes. With the same mentality.
And so they're urinating on us. They're going, you know what? The Army's own manuals, and the former head of the DU program says if the troops inhale 1 micron of DU, on average it'll kill them in 11 years with lung cancer, and the troops are dying of mass in the last few wars. Our troops are now using it over there in almost all the ammunition. 20 years ago, they wouldn't use it, but here on Veterans Day, now they just say, hey, use it, and when you die, what did Bloomberg report 2 months ago? That Prudential and other insurance carriers signed a secret deal with the VA 11 years ago to take the death benefits that troops have paid for, their insurance, through the VA from World War II through to today, and steal their death benefits, and their widows and widowers are told, you ain't getting jack. You know what that is? It's, baby, I'm going to get up on my feet soon for you. I just can't wait to get back to work for you now.
How do they get away with taking the death benefits?
They just do it. How do they get away? Right. How do they get away? ABC News with illegal aliens are allowed to go through TSA without being checked. How do they let illegal aliens rent aircraft without any ID? ABC News. How do they leave the borders wide open but say we've got to grope 2-year-old babies and women and squeeze their no, it's now the enhanced. It's always more. It's an act of submission. It's the cult of worshiping jackboots and worshiping tyranny.
But Alex, I said this when I was on your show, man. It really is our fault. We look at these people. We look at these people that do that to us as if they're not people. But we have to be willing to do that shit to each other. It has to be a guy willing to cuff a 2-year-old baby's fucking nuts at the airport. This can't happen with just some old generals that make decisions. It has to be a fucking scientist who's willing to fucking make a bioweapon.
Exactly, and that's the key. They're looking for their brothers. They're looking for their fellow psychopaths. They may be white, they may be black, they may be Japanese. They're looking for fellow psychopaths.
All right, how do I get in on this then? How do I get a guy? How do you get on the inside of this whole fucking thing? I don't want to be on the outside anymore.
I'll tell you the quickest way to get on the inside.
I'll
tell you the quickest way to get on the inside.
Yeah.
Join the Navy, get into the Navy SEALs. join the Army and get into the Rangers, and then become a Green Beret.
I don't think I can do that.
Let them know that you want to be corrupt.
What are the hours?
Well, I mean, let me tell you. Listen, I've had family. Listen, I've had family recruited into this. This is real. You want to hear this?
Yes,
of course. I hear it all.
I asked the goddamn question.
The quickest way to join the New World Order as a on-the-ground drug dealing true gangster murderer is to join U.S. Special Forces. And then they will psychologically profile you. And if you're a good guy, they'll say, oh, you're a good guy, and you'll end up going and doing good guy stuff. But if you're a bad guy, they will progress through. They will send you to Chicago or Miami, like they did one of my great uncles. And he got out of it. They said, we want you to join the CIA. We're sheep dipping you as an Army officer, as they call it. And next they wanted him to narcotics traffic and do even more serious things. In Chicago, and he said no and got out. Most of them say no. But the fastest way to join the New World Order is to get into Special Forces, and then after you get sheep dipped and are now working for intelligence, it's kind of like in the movie No Way Out when Kevin Costner says, who are these men? And they say, they're men formerly associated with Special Forces. So you'll basically be a killer in a suit, and then to really progress, they're going to say, all right, we want you to go down here to Guatemala, or we want you to go down here to Nigeria. This minister didn't do what we want. We want you to go in, and we want you to gut their children and paint bloody pentagrams on the walls. And then if you go murder the children, you're going to progress up. You're going to have a whole hit team under you. You're going to have a house at Maui. You're going to be shipping coke
so is this kind of like Manchurian Candidate kind of thing?
No, they don't need to turn you into a mind control slave. All they've got to do is find evil people that want to roll with the devil.
Who are the people that pick the bad people?
They're psychological warfare experts.
Yeah, they got fucking experts.
I want to be one of those guys. I want to be above them.
Can you do 50 pull-ups in a row?
Oh yeah.
Why? Can you freeze? See, first they got to take you off. First they got to take you off the farm. First they got to take you off the farm. First they got to take you off the farm and make sure you're an absolute badass who can sit there.
So wait a minute, Alex. So the guys so the old guys at the top used to be physical maniacs, and they've just progressed into old dudes who know how to train physical maniacs.
They're like World War II guys.
Yes. In fact, you talked about Kennedy. I was actually given this 3 years ago, even before Rolling Stone carried it.
Anymore.
And
an hour ago we were.
Sorry. No, but this ties into it. You just brought up old World War II maniacs.
Yes.
Love that. E. Howard Hunt, who is the admitted, I mean, Ethan Hunt of Mission Impossible is admittedly named after him. Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
In that movie is named after E. Howard Hunt.
Howard Hunt, one of Nixon's guys.
Yeah. Admitted former head of Black Op overthrow operations.
Can't play that game.
In World War II.
Think at it.
In World War II, he had over 50 confirmed sniper kills in China against the Japanese. So he's a World War II badass. They take him in. He runs Black Op hit squads. He overthrows 11 separate nations. And he was, it came out in congressional hearings that they believed he was the Black Op commander. Badass. He sued back in the 80s and lost over all this. Now, before he dies, he did a video, an audio, and a written interview and said, yes, I was the backup commander. And he went over the people that were even more, badasses from World War II and Korea. They were the frontline hitmen. He was the backup guy. He even got arrested that day at Dealey Plaza in the, he was the tramps with all the guns and the boxcar, and they were ordered to release them. And it's E. Howard Hunt, photo there.
Hunt was in that group.
E. Howard Hunt gave a deathbed confession and admitted they ran the whole op. And by the way, speaking of conspiracy theory, that's going to air not this Friday, but next Friday.
Yes, I know. I saw that one. I saw the last one on Wall Street, and I saw the
We've got a
trailer.
confession.
Yeah. I like when he walks in on all the people on Wall Street. I got you. I got you.
Too much fucking info, man. It's just got to be like one thing that we all got to kind of got to follow. Like, it's just too much detail.
Okay, here's one thing you can do right now.
One fucking thing where
we could all do,
where you could start people off and go, look at this, and this will get you going.
Give us the kindergarten of what we can do.
Okay. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was interviewing top toxicologists, former EPA scientists, current EPA scientists, people who were concerned. Over 90% of the EPA scientists in 2000 and 2005 wrote letters, their official union voted, to say sodium fluoride in the water reduces IQ by 10 to 20 points. It doubles bone cancer. It is a chemical weapon. Take it out of the water, and it damages teeth and causes dental fluorosis. The same unions have come out and said that bisphenol A in plastic is feminizing men, making girls go into puberty early, and massively increasing cancer because it's a female hormone. Makes women more female, makes men feminine. Now, people always laughed at us about that. Now 4 states have banned it. It was engineered through a UN agreement. They have thousands of different combinations of ways to make plastic without it. Almost all plastic that you drink or eat out of, and when you microwave a TV dinner, it's bisphenol A plastic, it off-gasses it into your Salisbury steak and mac and cheese. And this is why we're so obese. The food ties into it. This is why we're so unhealthy. It's why diabetes is up by 3,000%. They have put soft kill chemical weapons in the plastic and in the water, and everybody can start realizing this and start filtering your water with a special type filters that actually take the fluoride out. There's different types. You have to check it, though, because all filters don't do it. You can stop eating and drinking out of bisphenol A. You can realize that GMO crops, in every study, just search GMO corn causes organ failure. Every major variety. It's engineered in by design. We are being soft killed right now. That's the biggest issue, and it's covered in my film, End Game, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. It is free on YouTube and Google. Just Google End Game, and it's the top link there. Please, gentlemen, please. And there's an online bibliography. WhatIsTheEndGame.com. WhatIsTheEndGame.com, and everything I say in the film is documented on that website. Gentlemen? I wonder why they weren't interrupting. I guess it just cut off. Hey, are you guys there? That's kind of a joke. Well, I'll see you then when we come back. I'll take a break. Turd? Turd?
What?
Turd?
What?
Turd?
What?
Turd?
What?
Turd?
What?
Turd?
What? What?
Turd?
What?
Turd?
What?
Turd?
What?
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Turd?
Hello? Yeah, that's great. Whew. I'm exhausted. That was so funny.
But what about the memo?
Gentlemen? What about the memo?
Did he ever answer that question? I'm really confused.
Well, let me go back 20 years. What? I mean, he does what he does. He does what he does. He does his show. He gets a good audience. It's very controversial. That's what you got to do. But, man, it doesn't seem like anything that's ever happened in history is just what happened. You know? It seems like everything was some kind of concocted plan that is full of secrecy and intrigue.
a lot of...
Baby!
Yeah, back to the music.
Can you
Seems like there's a
get it
lot
back
of
on, please? I feel...
What?
Oh, I got the chills.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh.
Can't get him back on?
A lot of people are really pissed. You fucking
Why?
assholes. He's giving you real answers, but you don't want to hear it.
We're having
But everything's
fun.
a fucking joke to you, too. Cut the fucking shit in big
Everything's
capital
not
letters.
a joke.
Sorry, Fatty
Well,
Pubis
this.
in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Fatty Pubis is mad at us today.
Don't worry about it. We had fun with him. We listened to him. We you know.
He did
We just
show.
needed an
I tell
ending.
you what, I've never, as much as I listen, I've never heard him have a sense of humor like that. Like I didn't know he was fucking
Those impressions.
Like
Am
like
I
a
still
funny
here,
dude.
guys?
He's back!
Yeah, we had a...
Oh, hi, Alex. We had a little problem
board
there.
problem.
Hey, did that get out on air about the bisphenol A in the water?
No, not at
No,
all.
we lost
Wait,
you
where were we
about-
at?
We lost you, Jesus, about...
I'm trying to think the last thing.
6 minutes ago.
You asked the question, what can, something simple.
Yeah,
in
what
simple
can
terms,
we do?
What can we
In
do?
that entire 5-minute rant, I was wondering why you weren't interrupting. Didn't get out. Okay,
Yeah.
here's the deal. Bisphenol A is in almost all plastics. And when you cook the TV dinner with the...
Opie and Anthony on the virus. Sirius XM.
All right, everybody. Hey, every year almost half of all computer users lose some of their files from crashes, viruses, and accidental deletions. Losing these important computer files. Oh, thank you. Losing these computer files, it's terrible. What are you losing? Photos, documents, financial records. Very important things. It'd be devastating. There's something you could do before a computer disaster strikes. Sign up for Carbonite Online Backup. Carbonite automatically backs up those files on your PC or Mac whenever you're connected to the internet. It's just $55 for the whole year. And you remotely access all those backed up files from any computer or on your iPhone or BlackBerry with a free Carbonite app. Carbonite's recovered over 6 billion, billion files that otherwise might have been lost forever. Don't risk losing all your important files. Start backing up with Carbonite today. Right now, listeners are going to get a special deal available if you use the offer code Opie and Anthony. It's a 15-day free trial and 2 months free with any subscription. Go to Carbonite.com and enter the offer code Opie and Anthony for your free trial and 2 months free if you subscribe. That's Carbonite.com, offer code Opie and Anthony.